Hello, Rebel fans, and welcome to another edition of Rich Lady Basketball here at Rich High School. This will be between the Cokeville Panthers and the Rich Lady Rebels today. It should be a really good one here in Randolph. Tip-off is scheduled in about 17 minutes from now. Welcome you now to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. That's Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. The best family vacations happen here. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. Cody Olsen coming to you live from my imaginary booth along with my absolutely stunning wife, Melissa Olsen, who's going to be manning the camera today. We're excited to cover the Rich Lady Rebels against the Cokeville Panthers, and as well as the Panthers and the Rebels afterwards for the Rich Rebel boys immediately after this game. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel basketball on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
So this is the Reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. Sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails. Brand new homes now starting at $600,000, quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show, where the Rich Rebels will be taking on the Cokeville Panthers here in Randolph. Our scene set today brought to you by mylocalradio.com. Set the scene for your business to increase in 2022. Advertise more with My Local Radio. All right, let's dip into the Cokeville Panthers and the Rich Rebels. The ladies taking it first here. Cokeville 10-6 on the season, undefeated in 1A Southwest Wyoming. Reigning state champions, and they're spearheaded by Emmy Barnes. We'll have a little bit more about Emmy Barnes in just a moment, as well as head coach Benjamin Barnes. For the Rich Rebels, last week beating Altamont, they're currently 7th in the RPI. Ambria Lutz, top 3 in three-pointers. We have quite a few Rebels, actually, that have hit the stat charts in the top 10. Ambria Lutz, third in three-pointers made. Mackenzie Smith sitting at 7th. Taylor McKee, 6th in assists per game. She's averaging about 4-5 at this point now. Darlene Peterson, 4th in 1A at 6.8 blocks per game. That is fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about Emmy Barnes. Cokeville senior Emmy Barnes is part of the 1,000-point club in high school basketball. Barnes is currently, as of a couple weeks ago, she hit her 1,241-point career points, and she's counting. She's racking it up as she continues on. Also finished in the top 5 in scoring in Class 1A the last 2 seasons. During her senior season, Barnes has scored 206 points thus far and is averaging 18 points per game, leading 1A. Adds about 8 rebounds per game. She's a 3-time All-State and All-Conference selection. Has helped Cokeville to the last 3 1A state championship games in basketball for the girls. Impressive work by the Cokeville Panthers, and we'll see what Emmy Barnes can do. She gave Rich fits last time these two teams met back in Cokeville. We'll see how that goes. We're going to go ahead, take a quick 30-second break, catch you up on girls state wrestling down at the Sevier Valley Center, and then move forward with a couple fantastic interviews on our Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. We'll come back to you in 30 on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation. Rich Rebel Sports, mylocalradio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back here to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. We're going to move forward with more outstanding student interviews brought to you by the town of Woodruff, Mayor and Town Council. First off, we'll touch up on the girls' state wrestling very quickly. The girls were sitting in third place after round one on Wednesday behind the 3A schools Juab and Grantsville. Rich is the only 1A school in the state championship meet out there in Richfield. 10 girls competed at state for Rich. Emmy Worthland, the freshman, did not place, but nonetheless did qualify for state, which was fantastic. 8 Rich girls in the semifinal round. Quincy Sidaway lost in the semifinal round. She'll get 5th or 6th, as well as Addie Carrillo lost in the semifinal round. Annie Peart lost in the semifinal round. Mika Anderson lost in the semifinal round. Hillary Rex lost in the semifinal round. And Nina Hillier faced Rich Rebel Hillary Rex in the first round, and they're going to be getting 5th or 6th. So a plethora of Rich Rebel is going to be fighting for 3rd or 4th place, as the semifinal round was not kind to the Rich Rebel girls. Nonetheless, we have 3 girls, as I remember and recall, that are going to be vying for a championship. Brett Nicole Weston is going to be wrestling Summon Academy for a state championship. Nia Jolly will be wrestling for a state championship against Enterprise. And Jaslyn Chandler wrestled for a state championship versus American Leadership Academy for a championship as well. We'll hopefully find out the concrete results for those state championship games. Special thanks to Rob Leifson for putting that together, keeping us up to date. Let's go ahead and hear from the town of Woodruff and then dip into our outstanding student interview. It's state champion Eli Brooks. First off, town of Woodruff.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to the town of coldest temps and warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing that a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savey and council members Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Monica Schultes, with clerk Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here rolling the red carpet for state champion Eli Brooks. Eli, you're all smiles right now. I'm sure it was really fun down south. Do you want to just touch up with me a little bit as to how it went down there wrestling-wise and what it's like to be a state champ?
Yeah, I knew going into the tournament, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And then once I made it to the finals on the first day, so we wrestled the first 2 rounds, quarterfinals and semifinals. So once I made it to the finals, the first day, I knew I just had to get prepared and kind of get mentally in the zone and make sure my head was in the right place, and I was just, I didn't overthink it. So,
what helps you stay in that zone?
For me, I just like to kind of meditate and go off by myself and sit and just kind of ponder things. A lot of people like music, but I don't really like to do that. I just like to keep my head clear.
Eli, what does it feel like knowing that you're going to be able to go out on top? Not a lot of people get to do it. What does it feel like?
Yeah, like I said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I was glad I could just end with a bang. Not a lot of people get to do it, and so I was just kind of grateful for that opportunity. Any
teammates, parents, family that you want to thank for helping you to get to that point?
Yeah, I like to thank kind of just everybody who'd come in and wrestle me during practice, all my coaches, because I didn't really have a wrestling partner at the beginning of the season. So I feel like especially Jack, because he'd come in and wrestle me every day, and Tyson, and just everybody else who believed in me. It was nice to have those supporters, and everybody who would always follow us around the whole Rich community and cheer for us. That was always good.
Thank everybody in the academy, right, Eli?
Oh, yeah.
Eli Brooks, state champ. Eli Brooks, congratulations on the state championship in wrestling. It was fantastic to see both the boys and girls down there. Girls finishing up today, their state championship. Take a quick break, come back to you with our interview with Coach Cody Lundgren. Special thanks to Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty for getting us in there to talk to Coach Lundgren. We'll take a quick break on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation, Rich Rebel Sports.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here with Coach Cody Lundgren here on the Coach's Corner. Coach Lundgren, getting ready for this week coming up, our last final week of the regular season. Coach, do you tend to scout out any tendencies from each individual team? Do you give more team a little more time with it being 3 games this week? Or do you just go out there with your game plan and have your girls ready to go?
As a coach, I watch film and see tendencies that teams like to do and see players and what they're used to and what they like. And from a team aspect, though, I share that stuff a little bit with the team, but we don't dwell on it. We work on what we do as a team, and we continue to get better on it, and we just move forward.
Coach, with 3 games coming up, they're all really, really important. We know that Cokeville is the next one up. Do you spend the most amount of time prepping for, something like Cokeville coming up on Thursday, or do you, look forward to a game against Tabiona? Do you go one game at a time?
No, you can't look forward to any games. I go one game at a time. Cokeville's a very good basketball team. They've got some really good athletes, so we got to, in my mind, I got to get that game finished. And then on the way home and all day Friday before we go to ICS, I'll be getting ready for the next one.
Coach, let's talk about Cokeville a little bit. You touched up on it. They're a very impressive team. Emmy Barnes, defending state champion and MVP, averaging about 18 points per game. She's been huge. Cokeville came away with the win in the first round. What do you hope is different this time around with Cokeville coming to Randolph?
Hopefully we can contain her a little bit. We did a good job on her in the first half. In the second half, she got going. I think she ended up scoring 27 on us. So we need to do a better job defensively on her, and we need to be able to handle the Dayton girls' pressure a lot better on our guards. So we'll be, trying to be better in those 2 areas and just keep doing what we do.
As we speak right now, Coach, we're on the edge of the RPI standings where you could have, perhaps avoid the play-in game altogether. How big of an advantage is it that bye week before the playoffs?
That's huge, Fortunately, and most times you can see who you're going to play, so it gives me time as a coach to scout and see what they like to do, and then get our team ready for that first game down in state, which is an important one. So it also gives us a little bit of rest. So this week I try to really get our schedule kind of loaded up here at the end, so it kind of mimics a region tournament, which like the South does. So I tried to mimic that a little bit, and hopefully we're a little bit more ready for state when we get there.
Going forward a little bit more, ICS, Tabiona and Rich very close. I think everything has been culminating to a really fun season-ending finale with Tabiona. A lot of circles on that date for the majority of the season. Do you think that with it being senior night and a huge home crowd, that it could really help the Rebels gain some momentum and pull off the upset?
It's always nice to be home in our home gym. We've got a lot of – our student section is awesome. Our fans are awesome, and it helps when you're playing in that type of game, and it's just fun. There's not much more rewarding than being able to go to and get in a game like that and compete and hear everybody and just be part of the whole experience. It's awesome. So I'm excited for our girls to be able to play in that game and play to the best of their abilities and see what we can do.
Coach, it's been an absolute pleasure. Last question here. This one might be a little bit interesting. Has the reality of a season coming to a close yet dawned on the program right now, or is everybody focused in as much as they can at next task at hand?
that thought hasn't even came up. We're all really focused on, next game up, and we're pretty excited for this week to happen and to move on to the postseason. So, that hasn't that came across our heads at all yet.
Well, I hope we can keep that in the background, and that will be the only question I ask about a season ender anytime soon. Coach, best of luck. 3 games this week. It should be a really good one.
Hey, thanks.
That was Coach Cody Lundgren touching up on this game. We're getting close to our tip-off, 1 minute away. We'll take a quick break, come back to you in 30 on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife. Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District. Here we go, Superintendent Lamborn introducing everybody here. We're going to be ready and up and to go. First off, I believe that we're going to be having a presentation of the colors. We'll have that presentation and come back to you in just a moment. 98.3 The Wildlife.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today. Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
As always, the Pep Band knocking it out of the park for a fantastic edition of our national anthem. Let's go ahead and start with our starting lineup today. For Cokeville, J.C. Thornock getting the start for Cokeville. Kylie Dayton as well, number 11, a senior, 5'3". And as we spoke before, Emmy Barnes also getting the start today. She's been stellar this season and her whole career. Number 21, Brinley Grohl. Number 45, Dakota Beathers also. That is your starting 5 for Cokeville. Our starting lineup today brought to you by Lutz Construction and Excavation and Landscape. Premier commercial and residential excavation. We dig Bear Lake. All right, Darlene Peterson getting the start here for the Rich Rebels. Going to need some inside help from Darlene today. Mackenzie Smith, always one to be able to knock it from the outside, and an absolute team player. Taylor McKee, the glue that holds this team together, getting out some assists, and then the scorer, Ambria Lutz, and then clamps, Brittany Lamborn. Her defense has been absolutely fantastic this whole season. Again, Lutz Construction and Excavation, call 435-946-8678. We're getting ready now. Our Bear Lake Realty fan cam before we start the game. Your new home in Bear Lake, one phone call away, 435-946-8678. 8-8, 8-8. Cokeville and Rich ready to tip off in a moment's time. Teams have lined up. It's going to be Beathers and Peterson lined up against each other right on the Rebel logo. Cokeville will be going from right to left on your radio dial. The Rebels opposite, left to right. Whistle and tip ball up in the air. Ball goes back. Emmy Barnes wrestles it away, almost away from Mackenzie Smith. It's going to end up in the arms of Taylor McKee. Taylor McKee working up on the left shoulder, gives it back to Lutz at the very top. Lutz feeding inside. Smith, little feed to Darlene, little hook shot, push shot, up the ground, the glass, and in. Darlene Peterson, first points of the game. 2 up for Rich. Inside Beathers, working against Darlene, a back cut. Missed opportunity by Cokeville. As Brynlee Grohl was working her way down the right baseline, she had an open lane, just not able to hold on to that ball. It goes rolling out the baseline. The Rich Rebels with a Crawford Trough inbound. Taylor McKee working up right in front of the media table, breaking some ankles here. Ambria Lutz, open three on the right side, shoulder up and just a little bit long. That ball bounces off of the railing, off of the back, and almost went back into the basket. Out of bounds, though, will be the case. Our first quarter today brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Dayton working out to the right side. Grohl bumped by Lamborn at the very top of the arc, and that's going to be the first personal foul on Lamborn. First one given in a inbound. Emmy Barnes spinning out in the corner, drawing some attention. Grohl gets it out on the far corner. Grohl back up to the top. Here for Thornock. Thornock passes that ball right back there to Dayton. Beathers on the left elbow, handoff to Thornock. Thornock crossing back into Beathers. Beathers one hop bounce and a block from Darlene Peterson, corralled by Taylor McKee. They're going to push it up the floor up the right side, splitting in between Ambria Lutz and Brittany Lamborn. That's a turnover on the Rich Rebels. It goes falling out of bounds. Missed opportunity for the Rebels, so still 2-0, 6:44 left in our T7 Propane first quarter. Dayton now working on the right side. Emmy Barnes here on the far corner has not taken a shot yet in the game. She's been huge, part of the 1,000-point club for the state of Wyoming. 3-time all-conference selection, all-state. We imagine that she's going to be garnering some attention. Currently, Lamborn is on her. Cokeville working around the horn, almost poked away. Two Rebels double teaming. Stolen away. J.C. Thornock coughs up the basketball. Lamborn here on the right side has to go back up to the top for Taylor McKee. McKee spinning, goes back into the lane, into the body. Little bump in. Body bump and last touch by Cokeville. He'll roll out of bounds into the padding on the far side of the gym. Darlene Peterson, Crawford Trough inbound, right corner Lamborn. Peterson double teamed, another back block, gets her own rebound after the miss. 2 misses in a row. Another offensive rebound by Lamborn and a jump ball as Cokeville finally able to collapse. Possession arrow will switch. Beathers into Dayton. Kylie Dayton, I know, gave a lot of defensive pressure last time the Rebels and the Panthers met. Emmy Barnes, long three, short, off the front of the rim, corralled in by Grohl. Thornock has it pelted right at her face, able to corral it, gets it back up to the top. Dayton, right side, Grohl in front of the student section, gets a screen, feeding Beathers off of the pick and roll. Beathers up. And another foul by the Rich Rebels. This one, it will be taken up underneath. This one on Mackenzie Smith. One on Lamborn, one on Smith, and 2 fouls given up by the Rich Rebels early here in the first quarter. Emmy Barnes to take it out. She's looking for a teammate. A couple back screens. It gets it out to the right side for Dayton. Dayton, cross-court pass to Grohl. Grohl, one dribble drive on the left side, gets it back up to the top. A little bit of a breather and a reset. Beathers, right side, driving against Peterson. Right-hand dribble has to be stopped. Kicks it back out. Pump fake, drive. Air ball by Cokeville, but an offensive rebound. Putting it back. A little jumper on the left side. That one's good, and the game is tied 2-2. I believe that was J.C. Thornock who got the offensive rebound and decided to put it right back. Taylor McKee and Ambria Lutz working across the line. Grohl giving Lutz fits right across in the half circle. Taylor McKee loses the basketball out to the right side. Floater blocked. Mackenzie Smith Gets rejected, and then a reset by the Rebels after they come up with the basketball. Right side. Inside, Lamborn spinning, handing it off to Peterson, and it's going to be off of the foot of Grohl as that ball kind of got away from a few Rich Rebels. It was unorganized chaos in that case. Another Mound Valley Cattle Company, Crawford Trough inbound. Up to the top, Lamborn works it back to McKee on the left side. Looking inside anything right now, a drive and kick from Lamborn over the top of Peterson. Touching Peterson's fingertips, rolls out of bounds on the near sideline. An attempted drive and kick just goes haywire. Game still tied 2-2 between these two teams. You have to remember last time these two teams met, Cokeville came away with a win, 8-point win. Emmy Barnes kicking, driving, and it's going to bounce off of her shoe as she drove with the right hand down the baseline on the far side in front of our band. Ball poked away. Dayton jumps in front of it. Pokes it out of bounds. Lutz gets the inbound here, working up against Grohl. Grohl giving Lutz some fits, and here comes that defensive pressure that we saw last time against Cokeville. Taylor McKee losing the basketball, stolen away. Emmy Barnes all the way. Nobody's going to stop her. Up with the right hand and good. A steal and fast break points for Cokeville. Lutz driving down the right sideline. Again, another stolen away. Beathers to Grohl. Grohl against three Rich Rebels kicks it out to the left side. Dayton inside to Beathers. Beathers got bumped, and then the offensive rebound up and good. J.C. Thornock. Darlene Peterson seems to have rolled her ankle here on the near sideline in front of the Rich Rebel bench. She seems to be in a little bit of pain. She's going to have to go ahead and take a quick breather. Ellie Argyle's going to come in for her. Hopefully we'll see what's going on with Darlene, as I think she rolled her ankle. Does not look good. We'll keep her in mind as the game's gone forward. Cokeville on a 6-0 run right now. Ambria Lutz has to kick it up and over the top. Violet Taylor getting behind the defense of Cokeville, goes up, gets fouled by Grohl as she drove on the fast break, and she gets a chance for 2 points here at the line. First time we're going to see our Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Haiti Pugmire set to check in on the next dead ball after this first shot. Cokeville's gone on a little bit of a run here. Here comes a shot from Violet Taylor, high arcing back iron, no good. Pushed it long. Smith comes out, Pugmire comes in. Instruction from Coach Lundgren. I believe they're going to have some pressure here after the shot comes up from Taylor. Taylor, deep squat, puts that shot up this time very short. So she splits the difference between the two of them. And we're going to shoot again. I must have missed something here. One shot coming up. Off to the right, no good. Emmy Barnes with the defensive rebound. Barnes pushing it up. Thornock. Now left side we see Gracie Himmerick in the game. Pushing up Grohl with the offensive rebound after the miss. Himmerick bodied up by Ellie Argyle. Kicks it up to the top. Dayton, left dribble blocked. Himmerick tracking the ball down, back up to the top of the arc. Dayton goes to the right side for Grohl. Grohl driving right side baseline against Taylor, pulls it back out. Back into the game, Tylee Dayton as well. So we've got the two Daytons out here onto the court for Cokeville. Himmerick and a jump ball here between the Rich Rebels. Brittany Lamborn stepping right in front of Himmerick, cut off her lane, and she kind of got stuttered up. Both of them went for the ball, jump ball. It's going to go to the Rebels. That's something that Brittany Lamborn does incredibly well, and that is those hustle plays. Defense is fantastic. Timeout taken by the Rich Rebels, an Independent Software Solutions timeout. We'll come back in 30 seconds here on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to the first quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Something that we saw in the first game against these as these two teams met, defensive pressure by Cokeville, and it's causing a little bit of fits, enough so that Coach Cody Lundgren wants to call a timeout and have a battle plan for when they come out of the break. They do come out of the break, and Ambria Lutz is going to take it out underneath her own basket. Lutz stuttering, and an immediate steal by Cokeville. Back into the lane, Brittany Lamborn takes the ball back. So back-to-back steals by either team. Violet Taylor caught up in traffic, gets it out to Lutz. Lutz goes across the timeline, pitching it out to Lamborn on the left side baseline. Reset for the Rebels. They had to really work to get it across half court. Lutz driving past, a little flip back to Ellie Argyle. Lutz got behind the defense as Cokeville, very aggressive, overplaying the basketball, got behind the defense and then found herself underneath the basket. A little, almost like a football hike from center to quarterback in the arms of Ellie Argyle. Argyle gets fouled, so she has a chance for free points. Cokeville up 6-2 with 2:26 left here in the first quarter. Ball in the arms of Argyle. Finds her spacing, goes to the line, puts up the first shot. That one's good. Rainbow arc into the lane. Cutting down the deficit a little bit here. A substitution. Lamborn's going to come out. So out on the floor, Lutz, McKee, Argyle, Taylor, and Pugmire. Argyle's second shot up and rims out. No good. Pugmire with the offensive rebound goes up and underneath. Blocked by Emmy Barnes. Cokeville comes away with it, pushing up the right sideline, has numbers. Out to the right. A travel violation on JC Thornock as she wanted to stop, but her shoes would not let her. She slid. That's going to be a travel violation and a turnover. Ball goes back to the Rich Rebels. Lutz again taking out inbound duties. And Cokeville hounding the back court of the Rich Rebels, deflecting that one out of bounds. Violet Taylor trying to shake away a defender. Would very much benefit from perhaps some route running trees for NFL players. Some football moves would be good. Another deflection by Cokeville. This time Emmy Barnes gets in. The backcourt for the Rich Rebels not able to shake off the defenders of Cokeville. It is causing very many issues. Lutz finally getting it at inbounds. Single dribble. A screen from Pugmire. Pugmire bouncing it off her fingertips up and in. Rebels have numbers. Cokeville out of position. Long three from Lutz. That one's good. A T7 Propane three from Ambria Lutz. The game is tied 6-6. Under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Up to the top inside. Emmy Barnes getting behind the defense. Foul and one. That's championship play from Emmy Barnes. She's done it her entire career in Cokeville. You could feel the momentum shift going the Rich Rebels' way after that long three. And Barnes says absolutely not, takes that one right back, and she earns 2 points and a chance for a bonus after she splits a double team there. Barnes. That one long, ends up in the arms of Cokeville. A putback, no good. Now a lane for Violet Taylor on the right sideline. Taylor back up at the top. McKee splitting the defense. Wow, ripped away by Dayton. Back into the arms of the Rich Rebels. A foul. That was a tennis match of a play. Cokeville stole it away, started going the other way to the left. That ball got stolen. Ambria Lutz went back to the basket, got fouled on the layup attempt, and now she's at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Gary or Amber McKee there to help you out. First shot long, back iron again for the Rich Rebels. Not shooting fantastic from the line right now. Gary and Amber McKee, call them at 435-946-8888. That was a Rich County steal that led to these an attempt at free points here. Second shot good from Ambria Lutz. 8-7, Cokeville in the lead. Thornock, right side in. Beathers pushing the shot, no good. Argyle and Himmerick wrestling for the ball. Jump ball, it will stay with Cokeville. Underneath the basket. Himmerick will take inbound duties. Beathers rolling to her right, goes back up to the top, nobody open right now, back into Beathers. Kick out up to the top, Thornock. This is Dayton, back to Beathers on the left elbow. Straightaway arc, now left shoulder, Himmerick. One dribble, pickup, double team, leaving somebody open for Cokeville. Can't take advantage. Dayton, step back, feed inside. Defensive bump from Argyle does not sway the Cokeville Panthers. They score, going right up into the body of Ellie Argyle. Rebels down by 3. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Left elbow, dribble, handoff. McKee driving, splitting the double team. Left-hand layup, good. Cokeville with a 1-point lead. Pump back out to the top. Dayton. Right-hand dribble gets it out here to the right side. Thornock. Thornock feed to Beathers. This is the play that they scored on last time. Instead, Argyle slithers in there, gets into a little bit of dead space, gets her arms on the ball, and swaps possession after the jump ball. Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. That's Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck. 17 seconds, Ambria Lutz. A little shovel pass out to the top. This inside shot, no good by Pugmire, but she's able to wrestle it back off the offensive rebound. Stepping on the line, Pugmire turns the ball over, so Cokeville has 5 seconds left here in the first quarter to push the lead. Inbound on the right sideline, pushing it right up to the top. Beathers gets the ball after a long pass. They get it up and in. That is fantastic execution by Cokeville. Baseball pass right on the right side block, and Beathers puts that one up and in. Cokeville leads 12-9 after one. We'll come back to you in just a second on 98.3 The Wildlife on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
This is Gary McKee. Inviting you to call Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888. Find out how you can be part of this beautiful area here with sandy beaches and private access, or the quickest way to get access to the marina in the Bear Lake area. You can have your own second home or a quarter share into those second homes for starting at $250,000, or you can start your own Airbnb investment and use it as well. Just call us and we'll teach you how to do that at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Back here for the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take to the ones who truly care. That's Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Cokeville leads by 3, 12-9, after a very impressive execution with 5 seconds left at the end of the first quarter. Beathers gets a baseball pass and has an easy layup with the right hand, and that puts up Cokeville by 3. Late substitution Grohl coming in. Inbound, Beathers to Dayton, the senior, 5-3. Dayton now out to the left side. Thornock keeps it high above her head, right-hand dribble back up to the top. Progression and offensive execution by Cokeville. Barnes has a one-on-one, drives left against Violet Taylor. Up and good. That's championship play. 14-9. Violet Taylor trying to do her best and turns the ball over as she threw it back into the paint. Quick transition leads to a turnover by Cokeville, not able to keep her arms on the ball. Dayton loses the basketball. Over the top, Ambria Lutz with numbers, gets behind the defense. Feeds to the right, Ellie Argyle leaves it short. Wedged in between the glass and the iron. Cokeville in back on offense, feeding Beathers. Left hand up, no good, and an offensive, no. Rebound by Pugmire. Violet Taylor splitting the double team across the arc. She has numbers. 2-on-1. Argyle after the feed on the left block, up with the right hand, good. Now Rich answers back, still down by 3, 14-11. Beathers and Violet Taylor. No, that's Barnes and Violet Taylor. Both kind of go after each other. Ball goes off of Barnes, out of bounds, out the baseline. Taylor McKee with the Crawford Trough inbound. Out to the near side corner. Smith pumps, gets it up to Grohl. Grohl, Cassidy Grohl in the game, and that's going to be a long lob in a very tight window in front of the Cokeville Panthers. Darlene Peterson also back in the game after a scary rolled ankle in the first quarter. Pugmire, Smith, Peterson, Grohl, and McKee out for the Rich Rebels. Stutter left, Thornock on the left shoulder. Right-hand dribble gets back up to the top. Beathers using her height and surveying the defense. Drives right on the right elbow against Pugmire. Up to Barnes. Barnes for 3. Double pumps, no good. Barnes with offensive rebound, up and good. She followed her own shot after the miss off the front iron. Capitalized. McKee breaking the full court press, goes up the left sideline, out to Peterson. Just inside the arc, jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Barnes cleaning it off of the iron. Beathers against Grohl. Height advantage works in the case of Beathers as she spins on the right block, pushes it off the glass and in. 18-11. McKee on the left elbow, out to the left shoulder for Grohl. Long 3 from McKee. Off the front of the rim. Again, no good. Rebels going cold. Thornock, no. Dayton feeding Beathers. That's going to dance on the rim, no good. Last touched by Mackenzie Smith as she spun it off of her hand. It will go out the far left corner on the near sideline. Pugmire's going to come back out. Lamborn's going to come in. So is McKee. McKee will come out. Emmy Barnes in the near corner left side on their offensive side of the court. Offensive foul on Cokeville. That will swap possessions. It's on 25. 25. Toomer, the senior, 5'7". Inbound to Brittany Lamborn. Lamborn hears the Wolf calls and pitches it out to Peterson right side. And then Smith left alone as Cokeville was swarming around their own side of the court, trying to get to the outside, and a perimeter defense leaves up the inside shot. Smith goes up for 2 points. Here's Cokeville right at the very top. Brindley Grohl, right side. Out here to Reagan Tykert. Tykert laying on the basketball, lost her footing. Grohl and Tykert falling on top of each other. It will be a foul on Grohl, I believe, with the push as bodied her up too much. Violet Taylor to check in. Comes in for Grohl. Grohl will come out after that quick foul. Mackenzie Smith guarding the inbound in front of the Rich Rebel student section. Tykert driving, near corner, ball up in the air. Triple team, gets it up to Emmy Barnes. And the ball goes flying out of bounds. It will stay with Cokeville, though, as increased defensive pressure. Cokeville and Rich not afraid to really guard each other. In for Beathers. Beathers can't keep her arms on the ball. It goes in between her hands. Darlene Peterson with the steal. Right side corner, inside feed. Smith into the body of Barnes. Barnes rejection right into the padding underneath the Cokeville basket. Rejection. Inbound coming up here on the left underneath the basket. Lamborn gets it to Darlene Peterson. Good cut. Back to Lamborn. Foul by Emmy Barnes. Barnes says she didn't touch her, and it looked like she whiffed air on that one. I wasn't sure, but our official says no. That's going to send Lamborn to the line. Cokeville up 18-13. Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up. Lamborn double pump up and good on the first free throw attempt. That makes it 14 for Lamborn. Out comes Tykert. In comes Dayton, the senior. Another shot up for Lamborn. That one's up and good. 2 for 2 for Lamborn. She's earned her points from the free throw line. Right side, Cokeville. Barnes in the far corner, feeding in a hand check. Violet Taylor got her arms all over number 11, Dayton. We got a breaking news. Quincy Sidaway will be taking 5th in state wrestling. Good job to the girls who have gone down there and performed very, very well. Smith is going to come out. McKee has come into the game. 4:26 left in our Stacey's Repair second quarter. Far out to the far side. Dribbling in, losing the handles, and then out to the left. Toomer up to the top for Dayton. Dayton right-hand dribble at the very top of the arc. Goes back to the left. Toomer keeps it out to the left away from the defenders, and they foul as Cokeville is trying to roll into the paint. And I guess it's a little bit too physical for our official crew. Dayton threw the basketball off and a pass, chest passed out to the left, and then just kind of bulldozed into the middle of the Rich Rebels. McKee bounces it off of the backboard. And that's a quick point for Cokeville. Violet Taylor in between, going right across the Rich Rebel logo. Now McKee on the right side wing. Up for Lamborn. Lamborn with her back to the basket, pitching it back to McKee. McKee decides to reset. Dribble handoff on the left side for Ambria Lutz. Lutz spinning, giving it off to McKee on the left side. Into Peterson, dribble drive off the glass, too far. Defensive rebound by Cokeville. Peterson not good on that jumper, and now Cokeville pushing it up the floor. Dayton with the basketball at the very top of the arc. Getting some Panthers in position. Toomer, left side, gets a screen from Barnes, stolen away by Ambria Lutz. Collapsing in on Toomer on the left side, and then hands in there led to a turnover. Rich Rebels with a steal. 20-15, Cokeville in the lead. 3 minutes left before halftime. Foul on Cokeville as they're trying to reach their hands into the cookie jar just a little bit too aggressively on that one, I guess. 1-1 coming up for the Rebels. That's the 7th foul given up by Cokeville and the second one by Dayton. Substitution, out will come Grohl for Cokeville. Beathers is back in the game. Taylor McKee, Bear Lake Realty free throws, 1-1, back iron, no good. Lamborn fighting Barnes. Barnes pushing it back up to the top of the floor, stolen away on the near corner by the Rebels. Violet Taylor finds herself alone, works it across the timeline from left to right. Rebels in all white. Taylor McKee, open three on the right side. Back iron, no good. Long rebound into the arms of Lutz on the left side. Left side wing, reset by the Rebels. Screen on the right elbow up to Ellie Argyle. Driving into the paint, kick out for McKee. Back to Argyle. Poked away by Beathers. Beathers and Argyle going at each other in a body foul on number 25, Toomer. As Ellie Argyle worked her way from right side wing into the paint. Got kind of pushed out, and that's another 1-1 coming up for the Rebels. Ellie Argyle calming herself, puts that shot up and rattles out, no good. Emmy Barnes getting the defensive rebound. Dayton out to the right side, Thornock on the wing. High above her head, gets it back up to Dayton for a reset. Beathers coming up for the screen on the right elbow, giving it up. Lutz back up for Barnes. Barnes with the basketball, left-hand dribble, long three in front of Lamborn. Back iron, no good. Foul on Taylor McKee as an offensive rebound by Toomer. Try to get a little putback. Foul on the arm, and that's going to send Toomer to the line. Cokeville up by 5. We're kind of stayed at 15-20 here for the last couple minutes. They're trying to get out of this rut, both teams right now. Shot up from Toomer, rolls in off the front and then the back. 21-15. Lamborn comes out. Pugmire's come back in. Second one coming up for Toomer. Senior 5-second. That one too far, pushing it. Argyle trying to box out Beathers. Beathers using some height, able to get a little bit of an advantage over Ellie Argyle. Those two have been battling it out underneath the paint. Bounces off of a Cokeville Panther and rolls out of bounds. Crawford Trough inbound coming up. McKee, far side. Taylor working it up the left sideline, feeding to Pugmire, pushing it long. Long rebound back into the arms of Lutz. Up at the top. Now left side, Taylor. Pugmire, left elbow, dribble handoff. Driving, feed, good find. Left long again by Pugmire. Dayton stealing that one away, pushing it up the floor. Thornock feeding, and a good 1-2 punch capitalized by Kylie King. 23-15, Cokeville up by 8 with 1:13 left before halftime. Here come the Rich Rebels. They're trying to slow it down just a little bit here. The Rebels kind of being flustered a little bit by this defensive pressure of Cokeville. Right now, McKee trying to play keep away with her body and the ball. Drive on the right side, floater on the baseline, good from Violet Taylor after she got the feed. Beathers has it deflected, poked away. Thornock resets it up to Dayton at the top. Dayton again taking her time. It's 37 seconds left before halftime. Dribble feed inside. Beathers behind her head. High off of the back iron. Defensive rebound by McKee. McKee down the right sideline in front of the media bench, gets into her offensive set. 20 seconds left before halftime. McKee. Pugmire alone on the left elbow, driving, kick out. Up to the top, long three for McKee. That one's good. Bottom of the net. Huge three-pointer. Now 5 seconds left before halftime. Dayton into Beathers. Again, same play. This time the Rebels defend well, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Cokeville up 23-20 over the Rich Rebels after a huge three by Taylor McKee to end the half. So it's going to be very physical, I imagine, in the second half between Cokeville and the Rich Rebels. It's been very fun. These girls giving it their all. Emmy Barnes mostly held in check, although she has been a spark of defensive energy for Cokeville. We'll come back to you in just a moment here for our halftime show on 98.3 The Wildlife and on mylocalradio.com. Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel girls basketball.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome to the Halftime Show, brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com. Advertise where your messages will be seen during high school sports on the radio and online with MyLocalRadio.com. Your halftime score, Cokeville leads 23-20, and this game has been very physical. We knew that coming in, that these teams are not afraid to play defense. And you got to love intense games of basketball. Right now, there's one happening right now in Randolph between the Rich Rebel girls and the Lady Panthers. Super fun. A recap of the first quarter. Cokeville starting off immediately with the defensive full court pressure and really staying out beyond the arc. They're not letting the Rebels stay calm in any sense of the word in their offensive set. They will not let that happen. A 5-second buzzer beater score at the end of the first has Cokeville up 12-9. And then into the second quarter they go. Lamborn, being perfect from the free throw line, kept the Rebels within 5 the majority of the quarter. And then a huge three-pointer from about 3 feet beyond the arc by Taylor McKee cuts the lead down to 3 for the Rich Rebels. Cokeville is leading by 3 points, 23-20 here in the first half, as we'll get ready for our third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation in just a minute. Boys practicing right now, trying to get up and loose. JV boys earlier today lost 41-42 in what was a nail-biter against Cokeville. Our first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph. Mayor and town council proudly say go Rebels. We'll go ahead, come back to you in just a moment. In a few minutes here for the conclusion of our halftime show. Cody Olsen, Melissa Olsen, Rob Leifson out in the field with the rest of the Rich Rebel boys down at the Utah School of Blind and Deaf, as that is a game happening right now. We'll come back on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports 98.3 The Wildlife.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back to the conclusion of the halftime show, brought to you today by mylocalradio.com. An advertisement is an invitation for folks to do business with you. Advertise where your message will be seen, heard during high school sports coverage at mylocalradio.com. Call 307-789-8116. That's mylocalradio.com. Be one of our fantastic advertisers. Be one of our sponsors of a very proud tradition at Rich High School. Cody Olsen coming to you live for the conclusion of our halftime show today. What these teams can really do. Here's a little. I've been told that I can look into the future sometimes, and something that I'm very confident in right now is knowing that both the Cokeville girls program and the Rich Rebel girls program do not want to back down to each other in the least bit. These teams are going after each other and being very, very physical. And it's going to continue to be physical for these teams going down the road, and it's going to be fun to watch. A huge cross-border rivalry between these two teams, and really fun. Cokeville right across the border from Rich, and these teams have a little bit of history together. Cokeville, I believe, leads in the all-time record between these two teams 5-4, and that extra game last won by Cokeville earlier in the year, an 8-point win. Right now, Cokeville leading by 3 with about a minute left before the start of our Epic Recreation third quarter. For the Rich Rebels, the thing that they can do to get back in this game to take the lead, right now Cokeville is daring the Rich Rebels to try and get past them. Whether that's the full court press, as soon as they get over the half court line, they're pressuring them at the half circle, and when they finally settle into their offense, Cokeville is not letting any passes, any lazy passes, not get away without punishment. That's for dang sure. If the Rich Rebels can find the soft underbelly, these back cuts behind these defenders of Cokeville that are shooting out beyond the arc, I believe that they could get Cokeville to back off just a little bit. Huge 3 by Taylor McKee. If you're able to start that three-point shooting, it's definitely going to help as well. You got to open up the floor a little bit. As for Cokeville, right now you want to continue to pressure for the Rich Rebels. You want to make them uncomfortable. You've seen countless times the Rich Rebels happen to, cough up the basketball on occasion, a high percentage when you're pressuring them at half court, full court, and beyond the arc. So we'll dip now. Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Gary and Amber McKee, one phone call away, 435-946-8888. Teams will switch possession and go the opposite way. The Rebels in their all-whites will now be working from right to left on your radio dial as we dip into our Epic Recreation third quarter. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Rentals in Bear Lake. Call 435-946-EPIC or find them on Facebook. Darlene Peterson, right elbow kick out to the left side wing for McKee. Long 3, just a tad too long for Ambria Lutz. She tracks it down as it was a long rebound. Taylor McKee trying to make some space. Gets it out to Lutz on the left shoulder. Cross-court pass to Smith, driving right baseline. Out to Darlene Peterson. Another reset. Long 3 on the left for Lutz. Offensive rebound by Smith. Putting it back into the lane. Rich Rebels score first in our third quarter. Beathers working against Peterson. Good defense by Peterson. Keeps that rebound high above her head as Beathers missed it short. McKee, far side Lamborn. She drives right-hand baseline. A foul on Beathers, and Lamborn, who was very good from the free throw line in the first half, has a chance now to take the lead for the Rebels from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Two shots coming up. Lamborn drove right side baseline into Beathers, and she's going to earn a chance for points. First one off. Shoots out to the left after hitting the right iron. Best she can do now is tie the game. Lamborn, again, another deep squat. Puts this one up. This one short. 0 for 2 from Lamborn. Smacks her hands together. Wanted those shots back. Dayton and Thornock at the very top of the arc inside Beathers. This time against Peterson. Stripped. Ball goes rolling on the right side wing. Picked up by Cokeville. Dayton. Reset back up to the top. Now right side right side wing. Barnes driving against Lamborn. Loses the basketball. Gets it back. Dayton. After the feed from Barnes. High up in the air. Barnes splitting a double team, and she'll get fouled, I believe, by Mackenzie Smith. Yep, 44. Smith got her arms in there, fouled Barnes, and Cokeville will take it out of bounds underneath the Rich Rebel basket. Thornock looking inside, keeps it high above her head. Beathers coming back. Has to go back up to the top for Dayton. Dayton, right side elbow. Fling into Beathers, keeps that ball behind her head. That's an interesting shot. Beathers, it almost reminds me of a shot from Larry Bird. Bird would keep that ball almost behind his ear, and Beathers has that type of shot. It's very difficult to block. She missed that one, and the Rich Rebels have the basketball back into the offense, and McKee throws it inside. Darlene Peterson stealing the ball away, a timeout after the steal. Darlene has been putting her body on the line, and she steals it from Barnes as Barnes wasn't looking. We'll take our first timeout here. Come back in 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
A steal from Darlene Peterson, and now the Rebels with the ball. Long three from the left side wing, rolls out by Smith. Smith almost tracked down her own offensive rebound, but instead Barnes will get the defensive rebound and then a foul. Peterson and Barnes slap hands. I believe Lamborn might have been called for that foul. Good sportsmanship from either team, just working hard. Strutting across the timeline, Dayton goes out to the right side for Barnes on the wing. Barnes does not dribble, gives it up. Now left side elbow, left alone. Thornock off the glass, no good. Darlene Peterson ripping it off the boards. Right side in front of the Rebel student section. Lamborn picks up her dribble, gets it up to the top for McKee. McKee, right hand dribble, flip out, corner three again by Smith. That one's rolled out again. Smith just not able to nail those last two shots. She's been very close. Dayton into Beathers, picked away in the paint by McKee. McKee pulls it back out. Had numbers, decided not to go in for it. Setting up the offensive set. McKee, Lamborn, long jumper, air ball. And a good hustle play by Mackenzie Smith. She's going to slap at the ball. It's going to bounce off of the thigh of Brynlee Grohl and go rolling out of bounds on the near corner on the left side of the court. Rebels to inbound into their offense again. McKee getting a screen from Smith. Long three from McKee. That looks good and is good. The Rebels take the lead off the long three ball by Taylor McKee. 25-23. Beathers dribbling in. Foul. Darlene Peterson went right for the basketball, and as we said before, Beathers has a very unorthodox shot, and Peterson tried to reach for it, and in so doing, smacked Beathers right on the face. Beathers to the line for two shots. Beathers, very tall. Beathers, labeled at 5'10", is the tallest one on the court for either team. Misses the first shot. Does not miss the second one. Rich up 25-24. This has been a fun game. So far, the Rich Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers battling it out. Lamborn, far corner, cross-court pass up to the top for Lutz. Lutz spinning left side, back out for Smith. Third time's the charm is good for 3 on the near corner. Smith and McKee double up, 6-point swing for the Rich Rebels. Answer, Dayton in the face of the Rich Rebel defense. She answers immediately. And these teams just trading blows right now. So fun. Peterson, right side baseline, crossover. Lutz, another 3-ball. My goodness, the Rich Rebels on fire. 9 points, all coming from threes for the Rich Rebels. They're up 31-27. Barnes, cross-court pass on the right elbow, now a feed to Thornock. Thornock to Beathers. Barnes thought about the 3 on the left side, shoulder, decided to eat it, gave it up to Dayton at the top of the arc. Dayton down to the right side baseline for Thornock. Nowhere to go. Dayton crossover, dribble into the lane. Left side baseline, now kick out to the far corner. Barnes, mostly been held in check. A travel violation, Emmy Barnes. Barnes is hurt as well. We've had a couple rolled ankles in this game, and it looks like Barnes is kind of tender on her feet. Barnes is going to go ahead and get helped off to the sideline by our coaching staff from Cokeville. Barnes, what a competitive spirit. She's been fantastic so far this season. We hope nothing bad of anybody here. I think that she's going to be okay. She walked out under her own power, but inbound here for the Rich Rebels. Lutz across the timeline, hounded by Dayton. You know, one of the things that Coach Lundgren talked about was the defensive presence of Dayton and what it did for the Rich Rebels. Long 3 again for Lutz, this time too long. Bounces off of the iron. Beathers comes up with the defensive rebound. Dayton down the court, up for Thornock, off the front of the glass, and just too long. Missed. Pushing it down the court, Lamborn into Smith. What a bullet! Wow! I'm speechless. A bullet from the left wing inside to Mackenzie Smith. That thing was cooking, and that was an amazing assist by Lamborn. If we had an assist of the game, my goodness, it would go to Lamborn. And the Rich Rebels have come alive here in the third quarter. They're up 33-27. Let's take a quick breather. Come back to you in just a second on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
We welcome you back to our epic recreation third quarter. The Rich Rebels up 33-27 over Cokeville. 3 threes in a row for the Rich Rebels has now swung the lead in favor of the Rebels. Cokeville now trying to come up with an answer as they've been down in this run a little bit. Dayton will go out to the left side for fellow teammate Taylor Dayton. Dayton right side dribble, kick out for Taylor. Taylor a little bit taller than her counterpart of the same last name. Dayton spinning around into the paint, blocked by Darlene Peterson. Peterson not able to hold on to the basketball as it will stay with Cokeville. Black ball, it will be Cokeville. They say that it was last touched by Peterson. It was just kind of a scrum for the basketball on the near corner on the Rich Rebels side of the court. Inbound here. Beathers bodying up Peterson. Peterson straight up. Beathers misses the first shot, puts it back, misses the second shot. 2 with a push. I believe that's on the Rich Rebels. Darlene Peterson will get called for the push. And another inbound taken out underneath the Rebel basket by Cokeville. Beathers will come out, get a blow. 2:37 left in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Dayton against Lutz on the near baseline. driving. Step back, jumper, good. That's fantastic work by Dayton. Inches Cokeville closer. Lutz gets up back to Violet Taylor. Taylor, right side, dribble into the paint, dribble stop, Pugmire, one-on-one, throwing it up, and a foul on Cokeville. Pugmire missing the layup attempt. She was off balance, but she gets to go to the line to redeem that for 2. You know, I've said this before. Cokeville's record, very deceiving. First shot missed by Pugmire. Cokeville 10-6, but those 6 losses have all come from stellar high classification schools in the state of Wyoming. We're talking Mountain View, we're talking Lyman, we're talking Evanston. I mean, this Cokeville team took Evanston to the wire. Here we go. First, the second one up and good by Pugmire. Long 3 by Dayton, no good. Darlene Peterson off the glass, ripping it off. Defensive rebound, 34-29. Lutz and Violet Taylor trying to get across the timeline. Lutz on the dead corner on the far side, gets it back up to the top for Taylor. Taylor dribbles to the left, pulls it out. Darlene Peterson now alone on the left side. Over the top for Ellie Argyle, just a little bit too far. Ellie Argyle back out to the top. Left side dribble, slicing in. Ambria Lutz. I think that might be another foul on Dayton. I believe that's her 3rd foul. Kylie Dayton, excuse me. Darlene Peterson has come out of the ball game. Out on the floor for the Rebels, Pugmire, Argyle, Lutz, McKee, and Taylor. Taylor, right side, inbound, now near far corner, feeding inside. Pugmire working it, spinning, pushing the shot in the paint. Good. 36-29 for the Rich Rebels. 1:22 left here in the 3rd quarter. Working out almost a 3 taken here on the right side by Tykert. Tykert instead drives, throws it long. Pugmire able to outlet it to Violet Taylor. Inside, Argyle, fast break, good! The Rebels pushing it down the court quickly, score 38-29. Dayton, Tylee Dayton gives it up for Brinley Grohl, who's gonna reset. Goes left, Grohl spinning into the paint, now a feed and a foul. Violet Taylor, a little bit too much of a body on Toomer. Beathers and Thornock checking into the game. Out comes Tylee Dayton, as well as Gracie Himmerick. Thornock way up over the top. McKee stealing the ball away, but not able to keep her feet. It will bounce off of McKee and go rolling out the far sideline right at midcourt. Beathers to inbound. In for Grohl. Grohl v. McKee at the top of the arc, gets it out to the right side wing. Drive from Cokeville and a block from behind, but able to recollect herself, Reagan Tykert. Argyle spinning, working against Beathers. That's 2 shots for Argyle. She got poked in the eye. Argyle has to find her vision again. Stolen away on the left block and a foul on Cokeville. Ambria Lutz came away with the steal and then a body foul on Toomer as she tried to wrestle that ball away. Ellie Argyle is going to have to come out as she got poked right in the eye. The Rich Rebels up 40-31. After what was a game dominated by Cokeville really in the first half, the Rebels have come alive in the 3rd. Inbound in the backcourt for Lutz, who's going to work up the left baseline and turnover. She just kind of missed the dribble. Ball goes flying out of bounds into the Rich Rebel bench, and Cokeville will come back with it and possession. Grohl at the top of the arc. She's taking over point guard duties. Long jumper rollout by Beathers. Rebound by Peterson. That's the end of the 3rd after a miss by Beathers. They've gone to Beathers every single time after the end of every quarter, and she's been a successful one of the 3 times and a very impressive one at the end of the 1st. After the end of 3, Rich is going to come away with the lead, 40-31. Rich takes the lead. We'll come back to you for the conclusion of this game in our fourth quarter in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
We welcome you back here to the start of our fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. The Rich Rebels currently babying a 9-point lead versus the Cokeville Panthers. And we're going to be here for the conclusion of this game. 8 minutes put back on the clock. We'll see what each team can do. Same type of energy developed in the third quarter by the Rich Rebels. Very possible for Cokeville in the fourth. Dayton at the very top of the arc. She's going to work left. Thornock working her way back around counterclockwise. Gets it back to Dayton on the far corner. On the near corner, excuse me. Dayton back up at the top. Leads Grohl. Grohl back to Dayton for three. Left side off the front of the rim. No good. Ball goes way out of bounds. Dayton tried to save it. It'll bounce off of the blue line as she dove out of bounds. A turnover and a missed shot. But a good look for Cokeville, as that's kind of what you're looking for if you're Cokeville. Good shots for Dayton. Thornock to guard Taylor. Taylor's going to break the pressure. Little stutter across the timeline. She will go. McKee gets a little screen off and goes inside. Pugmire had a lane, just not able to hold on to it. Pugmire snuck behind the Cokeville defense and had a good feed from McKee. Butter on the basketball. It will go rolling out of bounds. Reset. Cokeville from left to right into their offense. Dayton, high post. Bounces off of the foot. Stolen away on the far corner. Ambria Lutz corrals it off of the foot of a Cokeville player. Taylor, right side, drives baseline. Feed to Darlene. Darlene blocked by Dayton. Good work by Dayton. Dayton with a feed and a missed opportunity by Thornock. Thornock had a good look, and she just left it a little bit long. Body foul there by Cokeville. I think that was probably a smart thing to do. Gracie Hemrick got right in the way of Violet Taylor and stopped the fast break attempt. Still 40-31, 6:47 left here in the ball game. McKee with the Crawford Trough inbound. We've seen Plains Tire points in the paint. We've seen many Mound Valley Cattle Company jump balls, and Darlene Peterson just gets denied by the basketball gods on the left block. It bounces a couple times. Beathers has her pocket picked by Lutz. Lutz has had quite a few steals in this game. I believe she's around 6 at the moment. Incredible hustle by Ambria Lutz. And if the Rich Rebels are able to widen the gap a little bit now, it'll be hard for Cokeville to come back. Cokeville really trying to get some points on the board. Nobody scored here at the beginning of the fourth. Violet Taylor backing down her defender. Thornock gets caught up, pitches it back. Smith, three at the very top of the arc. Lutz, that's huge. Three ball from Ambria Lutz at the very top of the arc, now 43-31. Beathers spinning, blocked by the Rebels, and a rebound by Ambria Lutz. Going up the right sideline, gives it up to McKee. McKee crossover, back over for Lutz at the top of the arc. Lutz driving, didn't know where she was going with the basketball. Fed, Darlene from the left side. In from Violet Taylor, and the Rebels are catching fire again, 45-31. Three ball taken by Hemrick, nobody around her. That one's good. Big three from Cokeville to stop this run by the Rich Rebels. McKee drives and kicks it out to Taylor on the right side, who spins around, feeds inside for Smith. Jumper on the right baseline. Violet Taylor, nothing but net. Cokeville again trying to answer. Points scored by the Rebels. Left side jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Nobody there to box out. Another miss by Cokeville after the rebound. McKee comes up with it. Down the court, cherry picking. Mackenzie Smith up with the right hand and good, 49-34. Dayton losing the basketball, rolling around. Himrick comes up with it. Foul, Taylor McKee, a little too aggressive here. Big run for Cokeville. No, big run for the Rich Rebels, excuse me. Grohl's going to come into the game for McKee. Violet Taylor will come out. Lamborn's going to come in. We have not seen Emmy Barnes back into the game. She's currently sitting on the bench with some ice on her foot. She rolled her ankle. That is no good, no fun whatsoever. We wish her a very speedy recovery. Driving baseline. Himrick in. Good find from Cokeville. No good on the layup attempt, and a foul on Darlene Peterson, working for the basketball against Tylee Dayton. Tylee Dayton, after a body foul from Darlene Peterson, will find herself alone at the free throw line with 2 chances. That one wedged in between the rim and the backboard. It died right behind the basket and then rolled off to the left. No good. 4:50 left in the ball game. Peterson comes out. Pugmire comes in. Argyle back from the poked eye, also back in the game. Tylee Dayton. Second one right in the same spot. This time it rolls far out. Rebound, Ellie Argyle. Right side crossover and a jump ball between Cokeville and the Rich Rebels. Ambria Lutz and Grohl of Cokeville both going for it. Good defense by Grohl. Cassidy Grohl in the backcourt and a timeout. Independent Software Solutions timeout taken by Rich. A good time to take a breather. Currently Rich in the lead 49-34. We'll come back to you after a quick breather on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports 98.3 The Wildlife.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Buzzer sounds to get the teams back out onto the court. Here we go. The Rich Lady Rebels currently up 49-34 with 4:41 left here in the ball game. They're going to get the inbound on their own back court into Pugmire, who's going to get a little handoff. Lutz on the far corner gives it back up to Lamborn beyond the arc. Grohl, left side drive up for Pugmire at the free throw line. Kick out right side, Lutz. Lutz bodied up, gives it to Pugmire on the right block. Argyle spinning. Caught up in traffic. Good find. Argyle to Pugmire. That's something you love to see if you're a Rich Rebel. As those two underclassmen, you'll see 51-34. Tylee Dayton inside. Foul on Haiti Pugmire. Pugmire deflected that one, but gave up too much of a body, and now that's going to put Cokeville in the 1-1, I believe. Going to the line, Toomer, the senior, 5'7". Breaking news, Jaslyn Chandler, state champion for the Rich Rebels down in Richfield. Nia Jolly took second. So did Brett Nicole Weston. And an update from USDB 11 minutes ago, Rich up 32-12 at halftime. Perfect from the line for Cokeville, now 51-36. Grohl working in front of the media bench, gives it up into the middle. Pugmire losing the basketball. 3-on-1 opportunity for Cokeville. Dayton puts it up. That one too far. A foul on the Rich Rebels. I think it's over the back on Brittany Lamborn. Yep. 1-1 coming up here for Toomer again, who just went perfect from the line. Darlene Peterson and Taylor McKee coming in to relieve Pugmire and Grohl. 3:53 left here before the end of the game. Rich Rebels trying to keep this lead. Peterson working, using her height against Cokeville. Pushing it down the right sideline. Lamborn, feed from McKee. Lutz on the inside. Argyle, left block, back to the basket, kick out again. Lutz decides to eat the ball. Stolen away, Dayton, lazy. Dayton, another missed layup. Cokeville's giving it up. Another steal by Dayton. Maybe third time's the charm for Dayton. Up and underneath, that one's pretty. Wow, what a great move by Dayton, who went up and underneath, almost like a Euro step underneath Ambria Lutz. That was 3 steals in a row, and finally on her third one, she got that layup that she's been wanting. Timeout taken by the Rich Rebels. 51-38, 3:10 left in the ball game. We'll come back on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation, Rich Rebel Sports.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
A steal and a Euro step by Dayton of Cokeville has Cokeville trying to claw back into this one. They're down 13 with 3:10 left here in the ball game. The Rich Rebels underneath their own basket are going to inbound. Cokeville implementing a full court pressure. Argyle trying to find somebody. Goes out to the over the top. Good play call by the Rich Rebels. They're going to go back into their half court offense. Working up the left side. Now dribble handoff between McKee and Violet Taylor. McKee into the lane, back up at the top. Good 1-2 punch and a Euro step of her own, Ambria Lutz, who has been a superstar for the Rebels today, 53-38. Beathers, jumper off the glass, too hard. Rebound by Cokeville. Air ball by Toomer, and a rebound here by the Rich Rebels. Ambria Lutz has picked up her dribble in a dead corner, has to give it up. Violet Taylor, 2:30 left before the end of the game. Another dribble handoff on the far corner. Lutz for 3, off to the right just a little bit, so it seemed, and it was. Rebound Cokeville. Grohl working, finding her teammate out of the reach of Reagan Tykert, and a turnover for Cokeville. Here we go as 2:14 left. The Rich Rebels have held on to the lead that they developed in the third quarter, and Ambria Lutz has been huge here in the second half. Violet Taylor into McKee. McKee has to get across the line, stolen away by Dayton again. Dayton's been huge, and this time another steal and score for Dayton. 13 points separate these two teams. Another steal from Dayton. Violet Taylor finally gets it up and out of the arms of Dayton on the right side. Elbow, and then a foul by Cokeville after Violet Taylor is able to pick it up rolling on the floor. 9 fouls given up by Cokeville, so a 1-and-1 opportunity for Violet Taylor. Opportunity to ice the game. Violet Taylor to the line. 2 dribbles, low squat, up and off the front of the rim, no good. Beathers gets that one poked out from behind her, lets it roll out of bounds. Here comes Dayton again. Kylie Dayton, the senior, multiple steals in the fourth quarter, has kept this game still in question. Double dribble on Beathers as she realized that she was too open. But everybody left her underneath the basket, and she just kind of double dribbled there. Turnover. Rich Rebels with the basketball. 53-40, 1:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Smith, near corner, out to McKee. McKee behind her back dribble. Up and over the top. Smith on the left side sideline now. Smith, another steal by Cokeville. And a foul on the Rich Rebels. They're getting trapped there in these little dead corners as soon as they cross the half-court line. They're stuck in between defenders, the sideline, and the half-court line, and Cokeville's taking advantage of it. Foul leads to Toomer at the line again. Toomer's been pretty good in this game from the free throw line. His first one up and good. 53-41. Smith comes out. Lamborn's going to come in. 1:24 left. The Rebels trying to ice this game. Cokeville coming up with a miracle. Back iron, no good. Defensive rebound by Violet Taylor. Over to the Cokeville side of the court. McKee getting a feed from Lamborn. Lutz, left-hand dribble, and now Cokeville is going to try and deny the Rebels dribbling out the clock here. Dayton hounding the Rich Rebel backcourt. Right at the half-court line. A little bit of a weave implemented by the Rich Rebels. And dribble drive by McKee, bodied up, no call, and a missed layup. Dayton working up against Violet Taylor, and a foul by Taylor as they both kind of reach in for the basketball. 48 seconds left. So that last little possession by the Rich Rebels took off a little bit of time. Dayton to the line to cut it to 10 if she's perfect. No, that one's no good. That one, back iron, front iron, and out. Beathers into the game. Also Grohl. Out comes Tylee Dayton and Gracie Hemrick. One more shot coming up for Dayton. From the line, up, and that one's good. Cuts it to 11. Taylor McKee. Cokeville coming up to meet her at the half circle. Left-hand chest pass to Taylor, back to McKee. McKee dribbling for her life in the corner. Way up over the top for Lutz, who has her back to the free throw line. Dribbles right, goes to the far sideline. Up and over the top. McKee up and over her head. 24 seconds left in the game. And it looks like the Rich Rebels are going to be able to dribble out this clock if they're able to keep possession. 15 seconds left. 12-10. This is pretty safe to say that the Rich Rebels are going to go ahead and take this one against the Cokeville Panthers. They're going to split the series 1-1 on the year. Cokeville getting the first one, the Rebels getting the second one. A little asterisk, Emmy Barnes going down with an injury in the third quarter. Your final. Rich, 53. Cokeville, 42. We'll have an abbreviated postgame. Get ready for the boys coming up in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back here for the post-game show brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com. Jimmy John's in Evanston's Freaky Fast Recap. Cokeville led the first half Taylor McKee with a three-pointer to end the first half brought Rich within 3. Cokeville led 23-20, and then in the third quarter, Rich sparked alive, led by an amazing assist from Lamborn to Smith. You can go right here. And then Lutz came away with big points in the fourth quarter. That's been your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, your final 53-42 advantage for the Rich Rebels. Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game will go to a beautiful assist from Brittany Lamborn into Mackenzie Smith on a dead sprint. Left side wing baseball shot inside to the paint. Smith caught it in stride, went up with the right hand, up and good. That's your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. LSR Refrigerated player of the game will go to Ambria Lutz. Ambria sealed the deal in the fourth quarter. Huge steal and then a three-pointer, Euro step all the way. Multiple highlights for Ambria Lutz in the fourth quarter, and she stole the ball probably at least 8 times today. We'll go back to the film and get an official stat on that. That is your LSR Refrigerated player of the game. Thank you for joining us for the girls. We're going to go ahead and dip into the boys coverage here in just a moment. Thank you for joining us on 98.3 The Wildlife. Rich Rebel fans here on the Coach's Corner, really I should say the musical. Welcome Rich Rebel fans here to a boys basketball game now. We're going to go ahead and switch on over. This is part of our Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier pregame show. Special time for me to thank Rich School District. That's the Rich School District offers an exceptional educational experience for every student with a long track record of student success. Rich School graduates exit who college and or career ready. An average of 69% of students exit having university credit, and 95% of graduates have been accepted to college and or university. Since 2018, have received over $1 million in scholarships. We know quality education at the Rich School District. All right, so as we get our camera back here, always has to be more difficult. The Rich Rebel boys coming up to play. As you get a nice little view of me, I guess, as the Rich Rebel boys are going to come up and play the Cokeville Panthers. 8 minutes to tip off. We're going to have an abbreviated pregame show, and it should be a really good one. The Cokeville Rich Rebel game last time these two teams met only decided by 3 points. Rich Rebels came back late in the game to make it close, and it was a barn burner. Really fun. A missed 3 by Hunter Pace. Would have put it into overtime, just not the case at that time. Thank you for joining the Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier pregame show. Special thanks to J-Bar Excavation. That's the team, the tools, and the experience to get the job done. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph stopping today. Cokeville Panthers right now led by Harold Hatch, a former Rich High graduate from 1995. Played point guard for Jerry Holmes back in the day. They're 5-11 on the year. Cokeville sits square in the middle of 1A Southwest standings. Keep an eye out for Jack and Trayson Dayton. They can light you up inside and outside. The Rich Rebels trying to come back. They're 18th in the RPI, overcoming a heartbreaking loss to Altamont last week on a buzzer beater. Trying to stay in cahoots, trying to stay in the driver's seat for a home play-in game. Let's go ahead and dip now into our coach's interview. We might have to end it a little bit early. Let's go ahead and hear from Coach Cornea. You know what? We're going to go ahead and hear from Coach Cornea later on at halftime. Let's go ahead, take a quick break here on 98.3 The Wildlife on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Q.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Welcome back to our Gary Tusher CPA pregame show. Make sure you keep as much money as possible when it comes to taxes. This year it is tax season. Schedule an appointment with Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier today. We're broadcasting live from Randolph, Utah, where it is round 2 between the Cokeville Panthers and the Rich Rebels. This time, boys edition. Cokeville 5-11, boys for the Rich, trying to go ahead and get back into a home play-in game. Big implications for each team. The Rich Rebels have 3 games this week, both boys and girls program. Cokeville coming off again from a game against Farson Eden, I believe. And it will be a good one here as we get ready. Another quick break. 98.3 The Wildlife, Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to our Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier pregame show. We've heard from a couple different Rebels in the past. We're going to go ahead and hear from Coach Cornea later on at halftime, as we don't have time for him now. We're about 3.5 minutes away from tip-off. We'd like to go ahead and thank T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call T7 Propane at 435-793-4208. Opposing coach Harold Hatch, as we mentioned, a Rich High graduate. We'll come back to you in just a second for Rich Rebel boys basketball continuation for a good game between the Cokeville Panthers. 98.3 The Wildlife.
2 of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Back here again for the tip-off happening in about 2 minutes. The first of 3 back-to-back-to-back games start here with the home game versus the Cokeville Panthers for the Rich Rebels. One could describe the gauntlet as a final stretch, the last 100 meters for both the boys and the girls programs to cement themselves into their desired RPI position and await for placement in bracketology in the coming week. The push to the 1A playoffs is found here on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com. The girls had a chance to surpass all play. They're trying to stay out of the play-in game. The boys trying to get a home play-in game before playoffs down in southern Utah. This is Rich basketball. We'll go ahead and pause for station identification, come back here for our starting lineup and the presentation of the colors.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Superintendent Lamborn giving some announcements here for the Rich Lady Rebels. Jaslyn Chandler winning state championship. Second, Brett Nicole Weston and Nia Jolly. Third place, Annie Peart. Mika Anderson losing to Annie Peart in that consolation championship. Hillary Rex also on there. Sixth place, Nia Hillary, for fantastic work for the girls down in Richfield. Fantastic work. Here comes our starting lineup today for each of these teams. Let's go ahead and start with Cokeville's Jack Dayton getting the start. Tanner Hatch, the junior. Number 12, Trayson Dayton. Number 20, Tanner Brown. And number 24, Hunter Thomas. Now moving on to the Rich Rebels. Carter Hoffman will be getting the start for the Rich Rebels. Jaden Cornea as well. Hunter Pace, who's going to be wearing 22 today, not number 10. Number 34, Hayden Weston, also getting the start for the Rich Rebels. Riley Carrillo will round out the starting five for the Rich Rebels. Here we go. Keys to the game, don't panic. Get some easy shots. Get the offense moving here. Fundamental defense. Don't let Cokeville run it on you. Stay close. That is your keys to the game, brought to you by mylocalradio.com. Here we go as Cokeville and the Rich Rebels set to tip off. Tip-off high up in the air, one after a double touch by Cokeville and Rich. It will go careening out of bounds into the Cokeville bench. It will stay with the Rich Rebels. Our tip-off today brought to you. A foul here on the right side. Here comes Cokeville now with the possession of the basketball. Right side. Now to the middle. Number 20, Tanner Brown. Brown working up against falling out of bounds out the baseline. Kept alive, but put into the arms of Carter Hoffman. 2-on-2 opportunity. Hunter Pace inside. Carrillo, good find. And a foul. Riley Carrillo whacked on the arm by Jack Dayton, excuse me. Riley Carrillo to the line. That is how this game will start. We'll reset our scoreboard. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm a little behind the curve. First quarter today for the Rich Rebels. First one up and good by Riley Carrillo. Carrillo. Second Bear Lake Realty free throw up and good. 2 for 2 for Riley Carrillo. 7:34 left here in our first quarter. We'll fix our scoreboard cam in just a moment. Jack Dayton on the far sideline goes back up to the top for Thomas. Hunter Thomas out to the left side now. Hatch back to Dayton. Dayton stuttering, spinning into the paint, kick out to the very top. Trayson Dayton now. Trayson around the left elbow into the paint for Thomas. Rolls off to the right. Hunter Pace with the rebound. Jaden Cornea strolling across the midcourt line. He's going to go ahead and work it right to Pace. Pace on the right shoulder up to the top for Hayden Weston. Hayden Weston keeping it above his eyes and above his head. Stolen away by Cokeville after a back cut by Jaden Cornea. Jack Dayton guarded by Cornea up to the very top. Hatch. Carter Hoffman trying to get into a passing lane. Travel called here on Cokeville after a very aggressive move by Trayson Dayton. 6:43 left here in our first quarter. Rich Rebels scored first after 2 free throws by Riley Carrillo, trying to get back into the groove. Each team trying to find tempo. Carrillo at the very top of the arc, high above his head, kicks it out to the right for Cornea. Some back cuts here. Weston gets behind his defender, up into the lane, off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, gets fouled after the putback. No good on the putback, but a foul, and 2 shots coming up from the line from Hayden Weston. You know, the Rich Cokeville game holds the record in the state of Wyoming in 1A for the most free throw attempts in a game by Cokeville. That's many fouls by the Rich Rebels. First one up and good by Hayden Weston. 34, and it holds the record for 23 made attempts from the free throw line for Cokeville. So we'll see if that will be a different story, a different case in the second round between these two teams. 3-0 after the missed second free throw attempt. Trayson Dayton working up against Hoffman. Hoffman kind of finding his zone, has been in the starting lineup a few times here in recent memory. Thomas, left-hand layup, no good. Long, Cornea working up the right side. Near corner, driving in, Hoffman making some room, the freshman making his presence known. 5-0 here. And a quick start for the Rich Rebels, not something that we've seen in this season. Cokeville has been up and down. They've, lost a couple weeks ago to the bottom of the barrel in terms of 1A Southwest, and then the very next week went and beat up the second best team in 1A. So we'll see which Cokeville team turns up. A turnover off of the foot of Tanner Brown. He tried to drive, and he kicks it out of bounds out the baseline. Underneath the Rich Rebel basket, another turnover. Right now, Cokeville starting off a little bit slow, and shots falling for the Rich Rebels. 5-0 with 5:28 left here in the first quarter. Cornea goes left for pace, backdoor cut. Hoffman had room, bounces off of his hands, goes out of bounds. Good idea, just not able to execute. Jack Dayton up here for Justin Moyes. Moyes in the game, he's a good check-in here. Trayson Dayton, hop, skip, pass out to the right, poked out from behind. Somehow the ball is still in play. Hayden Weston and Jesus Bencomo falling on top of each other. Last touch by the Rich Rebels, inbound for Cokeville. Couple points in the paint for Rich so far. Long pass up and over the top and a drive. Euro step. Travel violation called here on Tanner Hatch. Too many steps, says our officials. Another turnover for Cokeville. Cokeville's had a few turnovers, and it's causing a trend for Rich getting some more early points and getting in the lead. Left side, Carrillo. Long three from pace, just off the back iron, no good. Jump ball between Carrillo and Tanner Hatch after the rebound. Possession arrow will stay with Cokeville. Dayton, the sophomore, lit up the Rebels last time these two teams met from beyond the arc. It was from the free throw line and the three-point line. That's where the money was made. Off balance, left-handed layup by Dayton. Hoffman up with the right hand, could not corral it with just one hand, and now fast break here for Cokeville. Working it up, Trayson Dayton, left elbow, jumper off the glass, no good. Carrillo out jumping Bencomo. Outlet here to Cornea. A little bit of a breather from either team. Tanner Hatch to meet Cornea right at the half circle. Long three again for Pace. Rattles out. That one looked good. It just did not go for Hunter Pace. He's 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. And a timeout taken here by Cokeville. Cokeville's come out a little bit soft, a little bit flat. They're just going to try and fix that with the Independent Software Solutions timeout. We'll come back to you in 30 seconds on 98.3 The Wildlife, Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation, Rich Rebel Sports.
This is Gary McKee. This invite you to call Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888. Find out how you can be part of this beautiful area here with sandy beaches and private access, or the quickest way to get access to the marina in the Bear Lake area. You can have your own second home or a quarter share into those second homes for starting at $250,000, or you can start your own Airbnb investment and use it as well. Just call us and we'll teach you how to do that at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Here we go after the Independent Software Solutions timeout taken by Cokeville. We're back into our first quarter. And Cokeville's trying to get some points now. They've come out a little bit flat. 3:50 left in the ballgame. Rich up 5-0. Jack Dayton splitting the double team at the top of the arc. Goes out to the left for Hatch. Inside Thomas on the right side elbow. Hatch takes the three. Just kitty corner off to the left. No good. Rebound by Thomas. Bencomo fouled by Hayden Weston, who tried to put his arms in the back of Bencomo, and a foul here. First foul on the Rebels. Given up by Hayden Weston. Carson Meerbrook coming in for Hayden Weston. Meerbrook come in after the one foul by Hayden Weston. Thomas, right side baseline, caught up, keeping his pivot foot, drives inside. Left it just a little bit too fast for his intended receiver, Tanner Hatch. Cornea now with the basketball into their offensive set. Right side pace, gets a screen from Cornea for Carrillo. Carrillo pick and roll, dribble, hop, step, rolling, no good. Offensive rebound, Carrillo, no good again. Finally, Cokeville comes up with it. Jack Dayton with numbers. Into Bencomo, right side block, up, push shot, off the glass. This time no good. Thomas and Cornea rolling into each other. Cornea came up as he took a little offense to that. He's staring down as Thomas kind of rolled over the top of him. A foul on Cokeville, and the ball will stay with the Rich Rebels. 2:57 left here in the ball game. Across the Rich Rebel logo with the right hand. Cornea, crossover, goes to the left for Hoffman. Pick and roll, Hoffman, Meerbrook. Instead, out to the very top of the arc, Carrillo. Carrillo, one hop dribble to the right side. Cornea, triple threat, feeds into Carrillo. Carrillo off the glass. This time, no. Jack Dayton with the rebound. Dayton down the right sideline, goes back into the middle, long three, steps right into it, no good. Meerbrook off the front of the rim, outlet to Cornea. Cornea right across the timeline, goes to the right for Pace. Pace inside, back cut Hoffman. Hoffman splitting in. Hoffman, again, really coming into his own. Hoffman has been doing very well. 7-0. Cokeville up into the arms, many bodies in the paint. Carrillo comes away with the rebound. 3-on-1, long strides. Oh, that would have been pretty. Carrillo dances that off the front of the rim, no good. Jack Dayton with the defensive rebound. Nobody here to guard the three on the near corner. Thomas misses the open three. And those threes were knocked down last time these two teams played. We'll see if Cokeville can make the Rich Rebels pay. Cornea to Hoffman, a little dribble handoff. Now right side in front of the Cokeville bench. Meerbrook spinning, getting bodies all over him. Off the front of the rim. The Rebels have had good shots. It's just been dancing on front of the rim. No good. Dayton across to the left. Hatch for three. Offensive foul on Thomas, Hunter Thomas. Went into the back of Carson Meerbrook. I believe that might be the second foul on Thomas. I'm not sure. Our board says one. Cokeville held scoreless so far with a minute 10 left here in the first quarter. Rich has had good chances. They've just left a few shots short. They're up by 7-0. Noah Perry in the game. Cornea fakes right, goes left. Hoffman. This time Cokeville was there. Kick out. Perry for three, left side. Bounces off the front of the rim. No good. Hoffman and company, and a timeout called here. Jump ball. I heard a timeout called by Coach Cornea, but the team did not have possession of it. A jump ball instead. It will stay with the Rich Rebels. Pace into Perry on the near side corner. Cornea resetting the offense. Cornea, little screen. Noah Perry trying to help him out there on the right side. Meerbrook, screen for Pace on the left side now. Pace getting hounded by the Cokeville defense. And physicality being let go right now by our officiating crew. 21 ticks before the end of the first quarter. Thomas to inbound into Trayson Dayton. Trayson. Crossover goes left. Thomas guarded by Pace on the left shoulder. Inside. Ball rolling out. Ben Como getting the offensive rebound. Finally, Cokeville scores its first points, would not be denied. And that is the final score after the end of one. Rich up 7-2. After, Cokeville just went in guns a-blazing, got a couple offensive rebounds, and finally Tanner Brown with the only points of the game for Cokeville with the little putback. We'll come back to you. Here's our Bear Lake Realty fan cam first. Your new home in Bear Lake is one phone call away. Call Gary or Amber McKee at 435-946-8888. What I wouldn't give to have a home in Bear Lake. That'd be really nice. Nice and peaceful. Home in Bear Lake. So our first quarter wrapping up. Now we're going to go ahead, go into our second quarter. Our station on main scoreboard reading, Rich 7, Cokeville 2. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff, second quarter. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. So Cokeville finally getting its points, was not held scoreless in the first quarter. They finally got their shot up, and the Rich Rebels had quite a few chances to extend that lead. Teams back out onto the court. Cokeville will start off with the ball to start our Stacy's Repair second quarter. Out onto the court for Cokeville, Drake Plowman, Jack Dayton, Trayson Dayton, Tanner Brown, and one more. It is Tanner Hatch. A foul here on Cornea as he stepped right in front of a cutter for Cokeville and a defensive foul on Cornea. Jack Dayton looking inside. Goes out to the far corner. Carson Meerbrook and Jack Dayton fumbling for the ball in the far corner. It's going to bounce off of Dayton and go out of bounds. Turnover. Rich Rebels with the ball. Cornea point guard duties. Left hand, right hand dribble goes right at Hatch. Goes right side, Nate Woods. Nate, pump, floater about 4 feet out, no good, right off the front of the rim, short. Cokeville back in transition, sets up their offense. Trayson Dayton for three on the left side, good, bottom of the bucket. Those are the shots that you saw fall for Cokeville last time. And they've cut the lead to 2. After a huge scoring drought, only a 2-point lead by the Rich Rebels. This is an important possession. They want to keep the gas on the pedal. Pedal on the the foot on the gas pedal. Everybody's imperfect. Back up to the left, Cornea after the feed from the inside from Trey Walker. Walker gets it now on the left side shoulder. Goes up to the top for Perry, who looks right. Cornea stutters left, goes right, and then is caught in trouble. Walker spinning, Carson Meerbrook. Good spin, missed shot. Rebels come up with it. It was tipped out by Carson Meerbrook after his own miss. It goes into the arms of Nate Woods. Right side, Cornea looking in. Meerbrook left alone. Goes out to the left for Nate Woods. Rebels haven't taken a shot in the last minute or so. Cornea into the paint, ripped away. Jack Dayton using his strength all the way up and good. And that's a tie ball game that you see now. 7-7 Cokeville on a run, 7-0 run, spanning back for the beginning of the first quarter. Independent Software Solutions timeout, and Trey Walker hits the three and a smile after the whistle. Coach Cornea says, my bad, Trey. That would have been an awesome three, but a timeout taken before Trey could take it. We'll take a quick breather, come back to you in just a second on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Coming back to our Stacy's Repair second quarter, an update from USDB. The Rich Rebels come away with a win, 59-36. They lost to USDB last time at home on February 3rd, 56-58. So that's an improvement there for the sophomore JV squad. Rebels with the basketball. Trey Walker up to the very top of the arc. Dribbles right, looks inside for Carrillo. Carrillo guarded well, has his back to the basket. Backing down to Cokeville player, it's blocked. Trayson Dayton stepped on the line, and that ball will go back to the Rich Rebels. Rich Rebels with the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. They're looking for some points in the paint. Brought to you by Plains Tire or something from beyond the arc. My Local Radio 3s. Hunter Pace on the right side block. Left alone, Nate Woods was, made that one as theatrical as possible. It danced on the very front of the rim off the glass. Now the Rich Rebels have finally stopped the run from Cokeville. Jack Dayton up to Hatch at the very top. Right side, Dayton calls for a screen. Goes right against the screen. And a blocking call on Hayden Weston. Jack Dayton went very aggressive into the paint, got rewarded for it. 2 shots coming up for Dayton. 5:24 left here in our second quarter. Jack Dayton rolls it in a little bit off to the right. Didn't matter. Hoffman to check into the game. Comes in for Trey Walker. Trey Walker giving everybody a nice high five on the bench. Comes down to take a seat, take a blow. Hoffman takes his place. Second shot coming up for Dayton. This to tie. Off to the left, no good. And Hayden Weston going for the rebound. Tips it back in, and I believe that's 2 points. Yes, it is. Hayden Weston did not intend to do so, and Nate Woods with a little bit of pressure on the right side. Cokeville driving and a foul. Blocking foul on Hatch. Hunter Pace bailed out Nate Woods right in front of the media bench as the entire Cokeville squad came out to meet him right at half court. Drove right side and got a body bump. Missed the shot, but he's got a chance for 2. First one up and good for Hunter Pace, tying the ball game, 10-10. Second one for Pace, rolling it in his hands. Good look, good bucket. Up by 1. Rich Rebels 11-10. Jack Dayton to take it across the line from right to left on your radio dial. Goes right past Nate Woods into the paint. Dribble handoff and a little jumper floater. Good for Cokeville. That's easy points right there. Capitalized on by Tanner Brown. Pace, Walker, working the backcourt, trying to get across the line. Riley Carrillo on the far corner, double teamed. Hunter Pace dribbling into the paint, and a foul called here by Cokeville. Hold. It's a hold call. Our score here, Cokeville up 12-11. We get an inbound, Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound by Rich underneath the Cokeville basket. We had a little correction on the scoreboard. Now we're back. Hunter Pace gets the inbound. And I believe Trayson Dayton collects an offensive foul by Hunter Pace. It was a little bit of a push-off, just enough. And a turnover. Cokeville now up by 1, 12-11 with the basketball. Hatch working across the timeline. He's going to go left first. Trayson going to get a screen on the right side, up and around, trying to get into the paint. Long three left alone after a little switcheroo. Ball goes out of bounds. Collected by the Rich Rebels. They were going to try and get it to go out of bounds. Instead, Cokeville dives out of bounds almost into the band to save it. Ends up in the arms of the Rich Rebels. Right side, Hatch. Carrillo feed from Cornea on the near corner. Up and good on the layup attempt, 13-12. Trayson Dayton. Dribble crossover, goes left for Hatch. Back up to the top, Thomas. Cokeville working around the arc, and Cokeville and Rich trading blows right now. This time a dribble drive. Trayson Dayton, Thomas. Back to Hatch. So a little weave up at the top, and now a dribble handoff on the left elbow. Caught in trouble. Tanner Brown to Thomas, right side, too far. Hunter Pace skyrockets up there to get the basketball and comes down with the rebound. 3:15 left before the end of the first half. Cornea dancing at the top of the arc, goes out for three. Pace off the front, no good. Defensive rebound by Drake Plowman. Slowly across the timeline. Trayson Dayton directing traffic. Goes left, Thomas. Keeps it in a safe position up above his head. Tanner Brown into the body. Fading away on the left block. Up and good from about 6 feet out. 14-13 Cokeville. Hoffman, Cornea trying to get it into play. Pace into Carrillo. Triple teamed. Carrillo left it short. Cokeville comes away with it. Thomas throws it high above. Last touched, I believe, by Cokeville, and it will be touched by Cokeville. We'll go to the Rich Rebels in the far corner on the sideline, right in front of the pep band. Pace has come out. Weston's come out. On the court for the Rebels, Hoffman, Mirabrook, Walker, Cornea, and Carrillo. 2:23 left here before the end of the first. Jaden Cornea. The Rebels and Cokeville have kind of been trading blows here in the first half. Hoffman out on the right wing, goes up to the top for Walker. Bounce pass inside Carrillo, and Carrillo gets hacked on the arm. Quick foul. That's on Thomas. 1-and-1 opportunity coming up. Riley Carrillo to the line. Rebels in the bonus now. 2:09 left in our second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Bear Lake Realty free throw up and good for Riley Carrillo. Now we have a tie ball game, 14-14, with one more chance at the line. Carrillo, signature double bounce, squat. Up, no good to the right. Ben Como coming down with the rebound. Out to the right side, Jack Dayton. Jack Dayton, hop, skip over the timeline. Crossover in front of Cornea. Cokeville very elusive with the basketball. Trayson Dayton floating, fading away, good on the left block. That's a great shot from Trayson Dayton. 16-14 Cokeville. Walker into Hoffman, who splits up the defense of Cokeville. Right side block. Carrillo, kick out. Back to Cornea, who resets the offense. Cornea, left. Walker keeps it in a safe position. Looks inside, bounce pass stolen away by Dayton. Dayton up into the body of Hoffman. Rattles in. Now a 4-point lead for Cokeville, 18-14. Cornea, Walker in the backcourt. trying to get it across the line and do. Carrillo there to break up the defense. Carrillo, Meerbrook. Meerbrook gets fouled. And, Meerbrook, every time he gets the basketball, has, he's quick, spins like a top, finds a little bit of room. He got fouled. It bounced off the back iron, no good, but he's got 2 shots at the line. Tanner Brown to check in on the next dead ball for Cokeville. Meerbrook, first chance from the line. First one rattles home off the front of the iron, good. Substitution, Walker's going to come out. Pace will come in, probably to add a little bit of an element of a, threat from beyond the arc. Walker's added some intense defense and good energy. Second shot from Meerbrook, this time nothing but net. 18-16 Cokeville. Jack out to the right side here for Justin Moyes into Brown, who gets rejected by Carrillo. Carrillo sprinting up the floor. He's must have been doing his wind sprints. Hunter Pace driving left side baseline, gets a foul here. No, a travel violation on Hunter Pace. Squeaked his shoes, slid a little bit too far, and a turnover. 45 seconds left before half. Moyes into Jack Dayton. Dayton right across the middle of the timeline, goes out to the left. Hatch, one dribble hop back up at the top, Dayton. Dayton, left side Hatch, driving against Hunter Pace. Blocking foul, Hunter Pace. Cokeville's very good at driving and getting those calls, getting defenders off of their rhythm, out of position. That's the 5th personal foul given up by Rich in the first half. 3 less than Cokeville. Dayton up and over the top. Stolen away, Hunter Pace. A double dribble on Hunter Pace. And Coach Cornea wanted to argue a little bit, see what maybe what was the dealio with that. They said that Hunter Pace had possession of it and then just put the ball back on the floor too many times after the steal. 28.2 left here before halftime. Moyes up to the top, Trayson Dayton. 24 ticks to the clock. Cokeville up by 2, 18-16. Dayton will stand right on top of the Rebel logo. Trayson Dayton working up against Hoffman. Gives it to Jack. Right side Hatch in front of the Rebel student section. Cokeville working around the arc, trying to make some space. Missed shot opportunity and a heave from Cornea will fall 2 feet short. Halftime score. Cokeville comes back in the second quarter, goes up by 2, 18-16 for halftime. And it's been a very tough defensive game, as it was in the Rich Rebel game against Cokeville for the girls program. We'll come back for halftime in just a moment. Come back and hear from Coach Cornea on our halftime show, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Thanks so much for listening on 98.3 KADQ and on mylocalradio.com. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife. Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments, no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Welcome back to our Crawford Trough halftime show. It is now time to hear from Coach Cornea. I know we've all been dying to hear what he has to say. Let's go ahead, dip into our interview with Coach Cornea. It was great to catch up with him. Looking forward to these games this week, especially against Cokeville. Here's Coach Cornea.
Rich Rebel fans, again here on the Coach's Corner, joined here with Lex Cornea. Coach Cornea, we're coming down to the nitty-gritty very end of the regular season. The Rich Rebels have a chance to really shake up some RPI stuff, and they have destiny in their hands. First off, let's talk a little bit about the game last week. A game to remember. I mean, honestly, really fun, but one that Rich came out on the wrong side of. What's learned overall from that Altamont game?
Well, I mean, obviously just execution down the stretch. And, I think another thing we learned is, we're a much better team than we've been earlier in the year. We played Altamont at their place, and it was a 14-point game, and it was kind of in their hands most of the time. And here, I'd say it was the opposite. We had control of that game for a lot of the fourth quarter, and the tide just turned there in about the last 45 seconds, I'd say. So I think it shows how far we've come, but yeah, it's definitely a missed opportunity, and, it hurt.
3 games coming up in 3 days, all important games. How do you break up film and tendency breakdown? Are you giving Cokeville extra time just because they're next up on the list? Are you looking at somebody else different as more important? What goes through practice and breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, we've played ourselves into a position that, I don't think we can look too far ahead. We have to take and focus on each game as it comes. So, primary focus this week has been Cokeville because they're up first. And, we need that win for seeding and RPI. And also, I think, high school kid, it's hard to look 3 games down the road. I mean, I know those games are only 32 minutes, on the clock, but, they're a lot longer than that, especially in terms of preparation. I think it's hard for a high school athlete to remember a scout or a set for a Saturday night game when they have 2 games on Thursday and Friday. So we've kind of split our time between Cokeville and ICS. We definitely need to handle business, and I think we can handle business against both of those teams early. And and then roll into Tabby on a senior night. But none of these teams are teams that are unfamiliar to us. We've already played them. I think we know their strengths and weaknesses. And I think that if we're the best version of us, there are 3 games that we can go get. So like you said, destiny's in our hands. I really think it is, not just, for where we fall in RPI, but also just how we perform for 32 minutes. I think we can beat all 3 of these teams, but the focus has definitely gone on Cokeville than to ICS.
Looking back at a tendency that Rich had against Cokeville, the last time Rich played Cokeville, you weren't there, but they sent the Panthers to the line a season-high record 34 times. Does Cokeville as a team warrant fouls like that? Do you have to put them at the line, or was that a statistical outlier being early in the season?
Honestly, I think it just says a lot about our defense that night. Our defense has improved, especially our positioning. The fouls get called when you're out of position, and So I think a lot of those fouls were called because we were just a half a step behind or a half a count too late. But when you get in position, you can defend cleaner. And you look at our last few games, teams have struggled to get to the line against us. We finally started shooting more than the other team does. And I think that's all about positioning and footwork, and that's been a big-time focus for us the last couple of weeks in practice. And right now I feel that we're a pretty solid defensive team. Offensively, we do have games we struggle to get points on the board, but defensively I don't think teams want to play us. And hopefully that shows on Thursday night that it's not the foul shooting fest that it was the first game, and I think that will tell us if guys are getting to spots or not.
Coach, we'll have more time to kind of look forward to ICS and Tabiona later. One question that's been pressing on a lot of people's minds, and we haven't touched up on it even though it's been breaking news. Coach, next year we're going to have the challenge of a shot clock, and considering the philosophy that you've had both in Evanston, at Rich, a defensive-minded, and you don't want to jack up anything that you don't want, do you feel like this shot clock is going to be a large hurdle for you and helping these kids out?
I think the shot clock's going to be a hurdle for everybody. Anybody who is kind of system-based or system approach and more methodical in what they do is going to have issues. I think it'll play the biggest issues for teams like Panguitch and Manila and Tabiona. Where they are more systems approached and they like to have low-scoring games and low possessions. 35 seconds is just long enough that I think you can, still. You don't just have to go with free-for-all. But, defensively, I think it plays into our hands some. Hopefully we can get teams to take some desperation shots. Offensively for us, we're going to have to be a lot cleaner. And I also think you just have to trust kids to play more. There's going to be more unstructured time out there on the floor as that shot clock comes down. That, individual kids just have to go make a play. One effect of it, I think, is it's going to make for less upsets. A team that maybe isn't as athletic or talented as another team, a coach can slow that game down and do things in your system that give them troubles. Where now I think the better team is going to win more often, which... it's kind of something in my mind that it makes it a little bit sad. I think upsets and underdogs are a big part of why high school sports are so compelling. But it definitely it changes everything. We're going to have a shot clock here this spring. We plan on doing our spring and summer camps, especially ones here at Rich, with the shot clock. And honestly, if I was a player, I think it's very exciting. More free-flowing, and adds another dimension to the game that I think it'd be a blast to play under. Coaching it, we'll see.
Well, it will be an interesting look at what high school basketball in the state of Utah is going to be next year. But first things first, Coach, congratulations for the season coming up to an end, and best of luck as we get ready for the playoffs.
Thanks, Cody. We'll see you Thursday.
All right, that was Coach Lex Cornea, and he touched up a little bit as to, what the shot clock's going to do. I get the feeling that it's going to be a challenge to coach that, but if you're a player, you should be really, really excited. This game against Cokeville is huge. It's where the film has been spent by the Rich Rebels. They're taking one game at a time. 17 seconds left before the start of our Epic Recreation third quarter. Let's go ahead and recognize Bear Lake Realty as your place to go to find real estate in the Bear Lake area. Call Gary or Amber McKee at 435-946-8888. So here we go. We'll start the third quarter. Rebels will start off with the basketball. They'll go right back into their offensive set. Hoffman on the left side. A little alley-oop pass, no good, left short, and Carrillo trying to rally it in. Instead, Trayson Dayton wrestles it away from Carrillo. They'll push it up the court. Now going from left to right on your radio dial. Jack Dayton, no shot. Down below, before the shot happened, a foul committed by the Rich Rebels. Dayton made the shot, but a blocking foul before it even got to count. Inbound coming up for Cokeville underneath the basket. Goes into Thomas. Around the horn out to the left. Hatch. Resetting the offense. Trayson spinning off of Hoffman. Gives it up for Hatch again at the very top of the arc. Right hand dribble and a pull out again from Trayson. Hatch, right side wing, looks out to the left, dribbles left. Gives it up to the left side. Hunter Thomas again high above his head. Cokeville getting some cuts inside and another reset. Cokeville, Jack Dayton pointing in, directing traffic. Right side, Hatch. A double cut, nobody open. 3 taken from Dayton. That one's good. Cokeville, 21-16 after a big bucket by Trayson Dayton. Rich trying to answer. They're a little bit behind. Now Pace redeeming himself after the alley-oop. Gets a little step into the lane, up with the right hand, scooping it up. 21-18, still in favor of Cokeville. Jack Dayton giving it up for Trayson now, and now Hunter Thomas working up against Carrillo. Dribble crossover, kick out right side, Hatch. Fakes right, goes left, jumper right in front of the free throw line. That one's good. Cokeville knocking down some shots early on, gaining some momentum, daring the Rich Rebels to answer back. 5-point deficit, Rebels coming into their offensive set. Screen, Hoffman goes back to the free throw line. Hayden Weston back to Hoffman. Hoffman drives, left hand, good. Dayton lost track of Hoffman, and Hoffman capitalized. Trading blows here at the start of our Epic Recreation third quarter. Dayton back in the middle. Tanner Brown bumped, but no call. Left it way short. Air ball. Rich Rebels coming back into their offense. Carrillo for 3. Right side wing. Good! Riley Carrillo. Third quarter. Big 3 on the right side. And now that puts the Rebels back in the same score category on the Station on Main scoreboard, tied up 23-23. Timeout taken here. Trayson Dayton took the 3, and he would have made it. So I guess we'll trade that. Trey Walker would have made the 3, but a timeout called by Coach Cornea. Now Coach Hatch calling that timeout as well. So 5-17, score all tied up, 23 apiece. We'll keep it here. Rich Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers trading blows, and what wasn't falling in the first quarter is now falling in buckets for either team here in the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. I want to thank the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink juicy burgers, thick shakes, other delicious menu selections. Enjoy a meal at the Crawford Trough today, the place to eat and drink. Also want to thank Epic Recreation. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Rentals in Bear Lake, call 435-946-EPIC. That's 435-946-3742. Or on Facebook at epicrecreation.net. Special thanks also to the Rich School District, an exceptional school district here for the students, getting people and their students ready, college and or career ready. Cokeville back into it. Trayson Dayton takes the 3. He missed at the end of the timeout, and now that timeout will work to the detriment of Cokeville as he misses that one. Cokeville missing. Now Rebels with a defensive rebound. Pace, right side elbow, step back, out to Cornea, right side wing. Driving baseline into Carrillo. Quadruple teamed, and a foul. Carrillo demands attention anytime he gets it at the block, and Cokeville collapses. If the Rebels are able to capitalize on it, get somebody else open, then they're going to be having some shots falling. In to check in for Cokeville, Drake Plowman. He'll come in for Trayson Dayton. Plowman will go ahead and guard the inbound man underneath the basket. Pace to Carrillo, right side up to Cornea. Cornea gets it back low. Pace for 3. Long air ball. Carrillo somehow wrestles that one away. It's rejected by Hatch. As Jaden Cornea flying into the stands, the Cokeville student, the Cokeville visiting section. He tried to get after the basketball. It will bounce off of him, go out of bounds on the near sideline, right around the right side wing. Inbound for Cokeville. Dayton up to the top for Hatch. Way beyond the arc, right in front of the half circle, setting up their offense. Fakes left, goes left elbow. One dribble hop off the glass. No. Missed shot opportunity there for Justin Moyes. Now Rich coming back at him with an offensive set of their own. Left side here. Pace up to the top for Carrillo. Carrillo, who's 1 for 1 for 3. Pace inside feed to Hayden Weston. Fighting, triple teamed, up, no good, leaving it long. Hoffman cleans it up, puts it back. Hoffman getting the dirty work, putting that put back in an offensive rebound. Rich up 25-23. Back and forth battle, these two teams really going at it. Drive off the glass and one. Good for Tanner Hatch as he went down the left side baseline. Faked it right, got everybody flowing up beyond the arc and went baseline. Put it up and off the glass. That's good with a chance for one more. 25-25. Tanner Hatch, the junior, strolling up to the line. As we get the good cheer from our student section. High off the back iron, no good. Hoffman way down in the left corner. Back up to the left side wing. Pace off the front of the rim, no. Missed. 2-on-1 opportunity. Carrillo comes screaming in. I'm going to vouch for that kid to do the 100-meter dash this upcoming spring because he was well behind everybody. Hayden Weston coming in. Carson Muirbrook. Weston giving high fives out here and an inbound underneath the basket for Cokeville. Moyes, left side. Dayton on the wing, fakes left, goes right on the elbow, pitches it back up to the top. Up and underneath. Long three taken by Hatch, rolls out to the left. Offensive rebound and a putback, no good. Carrillo fouled there by Cokeville. That's going to be a hold on Cokeville as they went up into the arms of Riley Carrillo. 2 fouls each given by either team here. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Tie ball game. Could not ask for a better one. Inbound coming up underneath the Rebel basket. Nobody there in the backcourt to guard Jaden Cornea. He's all alone. He'll be met there at half court as soon as the ball is inbounded. And we get a little discussion here with our official, with either coach, just clearing up some things. Not sure what they're talking about in particular, but it's important enough to stop the basketball game. Uwasike in the game for Cokeville. And you know what? Every time I see Mo, he dabs up every Rich Rebel player. He was fun to watch in football. And he's out here for basketball for Cokeville as well. Rebels come across the timeline. Screen right and left for Hunter Pace. He's going around Uwasike. Step back three on the left side wing. Good. Bottom of the net. That's pretty. And a huge three brought to you by mylocalradio.com for Hunter Pace. Now a drive on the left side. Hatch puts it up. Kitty corner gets stuck in there and a foul reaching in. Drake Plowman after a defensive rebound by Hunter Pace on the arm. Ball going the other way. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. We've seen a few Rich County steals lately as well. That's really let the Rich Rebels come up with a little bit of a lead. 3 points right now, 28-25. Pace slowly getting across the line. And a timeout as soon as he gets near the media bench, taken by Coach Cornea. Independent Software Solutions timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
There we go, back here as the continuation of the timeout, Independent Software Solutions timeout. It's tough to take a forced timeout at work because your computer goes down. Solve the problem and avoid unwanted timeouts. Call Independent Software Solutions today at 307-789-1978. Let's go ahead and zoom in here on our state champion, Eli Brooks, would you? Eli Brooks, the man, the myth, the legend. I got to interview him. A nice little dance. Way to go, Eli. I hope that you're watching this later. Good stuff. Eli Brooks, our wrestling state champion. All right, back out. We'll come back into our live camera here. 2:35 left in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Cornea Has it jabbed at by Hatch. Goes across the timeline. Works it right. Hoffman. One dribble hop out to the left. Feeding inside. Carrillo. One-on-one against Plowman. He capitalizes off the glass with the right hand. Now Rich. 5-point lead. 30-25. Moyes back left to Dayton. Double teamed. Up to the top. Moyes now right side. Poked away. Hunter Pace. There with a deflection. It goes shooting into the Cokeville bench. Ear on the near sideline. Inbound play. Motioning in. Cornea reaching in too far, and that's a good call, a good foul. Cornea gets pegged, and Nate Woods is going to come in to relieve him. Cornea a little frustrated with that call. He'll go ahead, take a quick breather. Nate Woods in the game. Rich up by 5. Hatch goes out to the left for Moyes. Back up to Hatch at the very top of the arc. Moyes left side, driving left side baseline. Up into the body. Good aggressive move into Muirbrook. He capitalizes off the glass, left hand. Hunter Pace. Ball goes way down the line. A turnover on the Rich Rebels. And a pressure implemented by Rich. Jack Dayton goes out to the left in his own backcourt for Hatch. Dayton and Hatch working across. Dayton gets denied. Goes back, goes inside, stolen, no, deflected, but still ends up in the arms of Cokeville. Driving left, Hatch. Out for Moyes and a travel violation. Moyes tried to hold on to the basketball, threw his body out to his right, but held on to it too long, took one more extra step. Turnover on Cokeville. Riley Carrillo, Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound to Nate Woods. Pace in front of the media bench, goes back to Woods on the far side. Flirting with the half-court line, jabbing, going back, stolen away by Cokeville. Foul there, and a good one. Hunter Pace has his mouth wide open, but that was a foul with the body. Hunter Pace called for another foul, and that will go ahead and send Cokeville to the line. This time, Justin Moyes, freshman, and he's rivaling everybody in terms of height out onto the court. Dips down into a squat, puts it up and good. Now Cokeville within 2. Walker coming in for Nate Woods and Hunter Pace, as well as Cornea. Cornea's coming in as well. So on the floor for the Rebels, Cornea, Walker, Carrillo, Muirbrook, and Hoffman. 2 for 2 for Moyes, and now 1-point lead babied by the Rich Rebels. Cokeville on a little bit of a run. Walker gets it back to Cornea on the right side, crosses the timeline, and a foul. Cornea stumbling, falling for eternity way down into the paint. A blocking call on Cokeville as he lost his footing. Went into a body. Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound on the far sideline on the Cokeville side of the court. Way on the far corner, Hoffman. One dribble step with his left hand back up to the top for Cornea. In the half circle, jabs left, goes right. Bounce pass to Hoffman. Up to the top, Muirbrook. Now left side, Cornea. Filling it back out for Trey Walker. He could have got called for a carry there because he hesitated, went up into his left hand. A feed inside from Muirbrook to Carrillo. A travel violation. Hoffman went into a body and then came down with the basketball. A turnover. Each team giving up some costly possessions, and it's keeping this game incredibly close. 38 seconds left in our third quarter. Jack Dayton wanting to put the icing on the cake for Cokeville as they fell behind here in the third quarter, and now they're working their way back. Thomas. Dribble, handoff, slide in, Moyes. That's just a hockey power play almost. Moyes, Walker into Hoffman at the very top of the arc. Right side, Cornea's got space. Euro step, gets blocked. 7 seconds left. Trey Walker stepping right in front of Trayson Dayton. That's a foul. 4.6 seconds left, and the foul on Walker. Cokeville up by 1, 31-30. That gives Cokeville enough time to conjure up some sort of heave or a good look. They can get across the half-court line. Here they go, Dayton, right across the Rich Rebel logo. Spinning into the paint and a block by Trey Walker. Cokeville ends the third quarter, up 1, 31-30. We'll get ready for our fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. In just a second, here on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3, The Wildlife.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Here we go to the start of the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Cokeville to start off the ball. Ben Como, handoff to Thomas. Thomas back to the basket, right on the left side block, kicks it out to the right side. Moyes trying to get up and around Noah Perry. Back to Thomas, crossover, left side, up to Jack Dayton. Dayton calling for a reset, instead drives right into the body of Carrillo. Kick out to Thomas, right side, near corner. Moyes, Thomas, little handoff and a rolling in. 33-30, Cokeville. Right at the free throw line, Carrillo bodied up. Left side, open three for Hunter Pace. Knocks that one, no, off the front of the rim. Ball up, Hoffman into an arm of Moyes. So he's gonna go ahead, chance for two, put it back. Still a one-possession game, 7:10 left, and this has been so fun. And if you're at this game, great student section. Hoffman, too hard on that one. High off the back iron, no good. Bear Lake Realty free throw number 2 for Hoffman. Same place, no good. Gets his own offensive rebound, though. Cornea for 3 at the very top of the arc. That's off the back iron. The Rebels are just a little bit too hard. Quadruple team. Carrillo rolls it in off the left block. After 3 straight misses, Carrillo finally coming up with it. Moyes shaking off a defender, missing the layup, gets his own rebound and goes back into the arms of Carrillo. Foul. So he's going to get chances at the free throw line. And that's how we're going to start our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Justin Moyes, the freshman, he's been pretty good from the line, and he's going to go ahead and continue that streak, knocking down the first one, 34-32 for Cokeville. Thank you all for joining us here on 98.3 or on mylocalradio.com. Perfect from the line. Justin Moyes, he's been stellar. 35-32, Cokeville. Hunter Pace and Cornea in the backcourt working across, 2-man game right here. Pace into Carrillo on the left wing, dribbling it out, up to Cornea to reset the offense. Fakes left, goes left after a little pump. Carrillo, shuffle, left elbow, dribble, handoff into the arm, body off the glass by Hunter Pace, no good. Last touch by Noah Perry as that ball got flung into the wall underneath the basket. Jack Dayton. Thomas, right side, Trayson. Triple threat against Hoffman, cross court, Ben Como on the left block. Moyes gets stuck underneath the basket in a foul. Moyes bumped into Carrillo. And Carrillo's a pretty solid guy. It might have been helpful that he fell to the ground on that one. So 6 fouls each by either team. 6 minutes left here in the game. Cokeville up by 3. Next foul by either team will send the other to the bonus. Pace and Cornea strolling across the timeline here. Goes right. Hoffman, triple threat, one dribble left inside. Carrillo, triple teamed. Carrillo somehow ends up with the basketball. Every time Carrillo gets the ball, Cokeville is collapsing. Up to the top, Cornea goes out left for Hoffman. One dribble hop, and up to the top. A reset. Carrillo right side, Pace, screen from a little backdoor screen, and Carrillo can't come up with a three-point play. He had a great lane to it, got whacked on the arm. Hesitation screen and a backdoor cut gave Carrillo height advantage against the smaller Jack Dayton. Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up. Front of the rim, no good on the first one. Free throw percentage not high for the Rebels here in the second half, and that's been hurting them trying to crawl back into this game in such a tight game, so big that you have those free throws knocking down for you. Second one for Carrillo, that one good. 35-33, advantage Cokeville. Dayton wanted to go left, had a stutter left. Bencomo high up above Thomas. Bencomo, after the turnover, is going to get subbed out. Tanner Brown will come in his placement. Noah Perry into Cornea. Cornea, only one in the backcourt, guarded by Tanner Hatch. Hatch going to let Cornea cross the timeline. Crossover, it will go left to Pace. Pace, a screen from Perry, and Perry was open, but Pace had his back to Perry. Just in a bad position, just a missed opportunity there. Up at the top, Hoffman dribbles right, goes up to Cornea. Slow pass, almost thought it was going to be picked off by Hatch, but it was not. 4:45 left here in the ball game. Cokeville up by 2. Cornea had to save that one and save a cheerleader in the process. That ball was careening there. Pace and company trying to find something here. We get a call from Harold Hatch, our head coach for Cokeville, telling his players to back off a little bit after an unnecessary, probably just a foul that wasn't needed. Hunter Thomas bumping right into Pace. Pace very good from the line. First one up and rolls out. No good. I'm sorry. I can hear Rob Leifson in my mind right now. You jinxed him. Well, missed opportunity on the 1-and-1 because I said Hunter was good from the line. Still 35-33, ticking down to 4:15. Cokeville in their half-court offense. Dayton fakes it above his head, dribbles back up to the top. Hoffman sticking Trace and Dayton like white on rice. Hatch at the very top needs help, gives it out to Trayson. Trayson, right side wing, back up to the top. Cokeville content with working the basketball around, left alone. Hunter Thomas getting the weakness in the defense behind. Had an easy money shot there on the right side block. 37-33, Cokeville. 3:35 left in the ball game. Step back jumper, Pace on the right baseline. That's pretty. Good stroke, 35-37. Dayton calmly across the timeline is going to go left to Hatch. Hatch will go screening back into the paint. Trayson Dayton gets behind Hoffman, off-balance shot. Defensive rebound by Pace. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Cokeville up by 2. Rich with the ball. Cornea into the paint. And an offensive foul. And you know what? Even though I don't think that's 100% right, they've been consistent all game. And anytime any player on the court has lowered his shoulder, given any sort of indication, it's been called, and it's been good. 37-35, Cokeville back with the ball after an offensive foul on Jaden Cornea. Trayson Dayton and Hoffman going at it here on the right side. Goes up to the top for Moyes. Way beyond the arc. Cokeville again killing some time here. They want to put this game down to the final minute or so, maybe, perhaps. Drive. Trayson Dayton tripped up here. Legs got tangled up as he drove. Hunter Pace found guilty. Trayson Dayton with a 2-point lead. First free throw up and good. Pushing it to a 3-point lead for Cokeville. Dayton again in his progression, knocks down the next one, makes it a 2-possession game. Hayden Weston to check in with 2:41 left here in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Coming in for Noah Perry. Noah Perry's going to roll on out, take a seat on the bench. Your starting 5 is back out there for Rich. Cornea, Carrillo, Hoffman, Weston, and Pace. Up around to the right side, Cornea tried to find someone inside, but Cokeville has many bodies in the paint right now. Cornea dribble left elbow up to the top. Carrillo. Pace gets a screen from Carrillo. Feeding back to Carrillo. An offensive foul on Riley Carrillo. He tried to back down a smaller defender, and when a body goes flying like that, there's usually going to be the verdict, and the guilty charge will be on the big man. So very, very dangerous, kind of putting this game into question. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Cokeville up by 2 possessions, 39-35, and with the basketball. Moyes dribbles all the way across the court, dribble handoff to Jack Dayton. Tanner Brown wants to go fadeaway in the paint. High off, no good. Cornea had the ball in a dangerous position, pushing it down the court. 3 by Hoffman. Good! Hoffman coming up huge for the Rich Rebels, and now a 1-point game. That's got to be a candidate for our precision play of the game. All right, we'll go ahead and take a quick breather. Rich within 1. Cokeville up 39-38. We'll be back to you in 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Q.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Back here again for the conclusion of this game between the Rich Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers. Cokeville with the basketball up by 1, 39-38, 1:37 left in the ball game. A foul by Rich would put Cokeville in the double bonus. Cokeville still has Rich in the bonus. Way down the court on the left sideline. Brown out here. Trayson Dayton working up against Hoffman. Almost lost his handles. Got to pick it up. Tanner Brown, right side. Hatch. Trayson Dayton on an island against Hoffman on the left side. Drives right into the elbow. Gives it up to Hatch. Brown, left side wing. Again driving into the paint. Up against Trey Walker. A block by Trey Walker. Ball rolling out of bounds. And it's last touched by Cokeville on the far sideline. The plot like gravy thickens. 1:11. That's a good line. I'm trademarking that one. The plot like gravy thickens. 1:11 left. Rich with the ball. Cokeville up 39-38. 1-point game. Hoffman goes up to Pace. Almost stolen away by Jack Dayton, who came careening in. Cornea setting up the offense. He'll go right to Pace. Cornea into Carrillo, back cut, up and good. Rich with the lead. They take the lead off of that little right layup by Carrillo. Hatch driving left-hand baseline. Stepped on the line. Cokeville stepped on the line. Hatch stepped on the line. He tried to get around Hayden Weston. Weston had position, tried to dribble around him, and he stepped on the line. 46 seconds left in the ball game. Rich now up by 1 with the basketball. A little bit of a point swing. And a timeout taken. Independent Software Solutions timeout. I need a breather. We'll come back to you in 30 seconds on 98.3 The Wildlife and on mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to 98.3 KADQ. 46 seconds left before the end of this game between the Cokeville Panthers and the Rich Rebels. Currently, Rich on a little bit of a point swing, up by 1 point, 40-39 with 46 seconds left and the basketball. Student section loud and proud here in Rich. It's been a great atmosphere. It's been so fun. This Cokeville team has been very physical. And it's a fun rivalry. It's a fun one. Inbound here to Cornea, who's going to stroll across the timeline. No, back into their own backcourt. Excuse me, I kind of jumped the gun. Pace. Here on the right side now, Cornea. Pace, right-hand dribble inside the half circle, guarded by Moyes. Hoffman left side. Hatch wraps up Hoffman for an intentional foul. 25 seconds left. Hoffman can put it up to 3 if he makes 2 buckets here. Trayson Dayton to check into the ballgame, coming in for Justin Moyes, the freshman. Riveting ending coming up to this game. Carter Hoffman at the line. Deep breath up. Bricks it. No good. Cokeville back with the ball. It ends up being a very good foul. Jack Dayton across the line. Dribble crossover into the paint. Now out to Thomas. Thomas floating in the paint. Long. Ball up for grabs on the left elbow. Hayden Weston coming up with it. Timeout. As Coach Cornea has come running out onto the court. He was at half court, and by golly, you couldn't hear anything because the crowd was so loud here. 7 seconds left and a timeout taken by the Rich Rebels. The ball came rolling around on the ground after a fadeaway jumper. Too long, it was a brick. And, the ball came up for grabs on the left side wing, and it felt like a rugby scrum out there beyond the arc on the far sideline on the left side wing. We'll keep it here as if you go back, if you didn't get the pleasure of watching that feed over mylocalradio.com, Coach Cornea, as his players are rolling out on the ground, the referee, our official here inside, just in front of the media table, was about at midcourt, maybe just inside midcourt on the right side, looking inside at the scrum that was happening, and Coach Cornea could not get his voice out there loud enough to call a timeout, and he came running out in front of the official, calling the timeout. Maybe we should hook up Coach Cornea to a timed 40. We'll see how fast he could get out there. So the Rebels are going to have the ball with 7.6 seconds left. You have to expect Cokeville to foul very quickly. Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound here. Hayden Weston In to Carrillo. Carrillo's going to get fouled. Takes a second off the clock, 6.4. And Carrillo with the chance to put this up to 3 points. Most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley, Bear Lake Realty, wants you to call them, 435-946-8888. 2 shots coming up. Riley Carrillo, the senior, with a chance to put it up to 3. Squats, puts that one up long. No good. No good on the first one, so now he can put it to at least 2. In case you're getting flashbacks to last week. Let's see. Next one up and good. So Riley Carrillo goes 50% from the line. Substitution coming in. Rich up 41-39, and I'm sure a timeout's coming up here in just a second. No whistle, but the teams are going to their benches. We'll go ahead, take a quick timeout, come back to you in 30 seconds, 98.3, and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments, no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome back. I keep saying for the conclusion of the game, but we're, something tells me that we're going to have another timeout before the end. 6.4 seconds left in the ball game. The Cokeville Panthers will inbound underneath their own basket with a chance to either make a 3 for the win or a 2 to tie the game to go into overtime. What has the Cokeville Panthers drawn up? Harold Hatch, a former Rich graduate, the head coach here. Tanner Brown will be getting the inbounding duties. Trey Walker will be standing right in front of him. Tanner Brown inside here to Hatch. Hatch quickly across the timeline. 4 seconds left. Floater up. No good. Ball up for grabs. Put back. No! And Cokeville is stunned. There's a couple players out on the floor. They had 2 chances to put it up, and it was a fight and a half. The Rich Rebels survive a scare here in Randolph in what was a very good matchup between these two teams. The putback off of the rebound, it would have been good if it had gone, but it did not, just kind of bricked off. And the Rich Rebels will complete the win in the girls department and in the boys department, getting redemption in both programs. And these wonderful student athletes will go ahead and shake hands right at midcourt. Stellar performance by both teams and another thriller here in Randolph. We'll go ahead, come back to you for our post-game coverage, wrap things up all nice with a bow right after this on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports and 98.3 The Wildlife.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome into our post-game coverage here. Post-game, we'll start with our Freaky Fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's in Evanston. That's gourmet sandwiches made fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street, Evanston. First quarter, it was a defensive matchup. The Cokeville Panthers couldn't buy a bucket until the final seconds of the first quarter. The Rich Rebels end after one, 7-2. And then in the second quarter, Cokeville comes storming back, scores 16 points to take the lead, 18-16 in the second quarter. Then our Epic Recreation third quarter was impressive. Rich took the lead after a Riley Carrillo right side wing three. And then Cokeville came storming back. They ended the game. They ended the third quarter, Cokeville up 32-31. And then the fourth quarter, Cokeville seemed to be running away with it. And then out of nowhere, the freshman to the rescue, Carter Hoffman, finds his wits and comes up with a huge three ball in the far corner to bring the game within one. And that huge shot brought life back into the building and for the Rich Rebels. Came down to the buckets, came down to the wire. Riley Carrillo going 50% from the line, went up 41-39. And then two shots by Cokeville, both did not go, and a putback from about 4 feet out in the paint. Just bricked off, no good. And it would have been a fun overtime, but Rich comes away with a win here, and that's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, 113 Front Street in Evanston. We'll go ahead, take a quick timeout, come back with our precision play of the game and our player of the game right after this.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Thank you again for joining us today for the post-game show. It's time for our precision play of the game, sponsored by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. Our precision play of the game is going to go ahead. Let's go ahead, and we're having an emergency here. We'll go ahead, take a quick timeout, come back to you in just a moment. 98.3 The Wildlife.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments, no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and end our post-game show early. In lieu of a fall that has taken place here at Rich High School, we're just going to be giving it justice and ending this early. Thanks again for joining us. Everything is all right. We have personnel here to take care of it. This is Cody Olsen signing off here on 98.3 The Wildlife.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!